Hi,
Hey,
Welcome to Rolex time.
we're
how you doing?
BabbleGab.
Raw time.
I'm Babble and that's Gab.
There's Cadillac. Oh boy. Now
I'm
those
David
old,
G. That's loser number 5 down there. And
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And this is Scooter.
And those old
Right, Tony.
school limousines, they used to have the chauffeur up front didn't have a roof. So I guess they wanted everybody to see, oh, I've got a chauffeur. And he's got the hat and the uniform and all that shit. So he gets to sit outside and everybody else gets to sit inside. I've never understood that.
Then you don't understand rich people.
Well,
what,
I've
what
known
do
a
you got,
few,
Don?
yes, and they're weirder than fuck.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that?
And down there, this is.
Darn.
Yeah.
Yay.
How you gentlemen doing today? I said gentlemen.
Hey.
I'm about to celebrate my birthday.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 5. Yay!
Thought you were
And
going
you're a
to 6.
loser.
No, you're going to be 6.
6.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Your birthday's what, the
a
21st,
5
right?
a 5 in front of it, and then a 6.
yeah, that's right. The 21st, the first day of summer.
Yay.
First day of Terry Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. It's going to be. Oh, no, I was talking to you, darn. I was saying darn like that. Never mind.
It's okay.
21st is on a Sunday.
Oh, goody.
I
So you
can't.
got to pop into Big Bob's so you can
Yeah.
play his Polish frickin' birthday
Yeah.
song.
Right.
Stola,
Goodbye, Don.
something or other. Who took the Kishka? Whatever the fuck that
Oh.
stuff is. Ooh,
Yeah.
country.
Did somebody mute my face?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what that
What's that?
is. That. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Disappeared.
That's what we've been talking about. Go ahead, Steve.
No, I was. Oh, here it is. I'm trying to figure out
Don't do that.
what that. Huh? I'm trying to figure out what that stupid. He plays that. I love Big Bob, but I'm like, what on earth is?
It's Polish. He's Polish.
That's enough.
It's
You know
Happy
who else
Birthday
He's
in
got her
Polish.
episode pulled.
But I don't know why I have that for when I fill in memory lane. I never really play it. It was just one of the files Bob sent me.
Well, yeah.
I
you
gotta
do the
say,
July
it's a
4th.
better national anthem than ours.
Yeah.
Not as good as the
I
Russian
think I
one.
said
The
this-
Russian national anthem. That one, man, you want to
That one's
stand up and start.
the Canadian ones. I've never made it a secret. I hate our national anthem. I mean, the song
Really?
itself. I mean, I like what it stands for, but what
Star
a stupid,
Spank-
boring.
the
It's
Star
the most
Spanking
boring
Banner?
song ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need John Williams to write a new one while he's
Yeah,
still
there you
alive.
go.
Star
There you go.
Spanking Banner. Yeah.
Something.
But I was
What if our national anthem was the throne room? It's just that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would we would have won every single game against anybody if that was. I mean, the one we've got, the Star Spangled Banner, I'd have to put anybody to sleep.
You gotta
But that
listen
would
to
It was
Tony-
Russian.
kind of
I would
interesting when
Tony-
they made Star Wars. They had no idea, or George Lucas probably had no idea that this movie was going to create some of the best classical music of the century.
Oh yeah. Without the music, that movie would have come and gone in a week. It would it would have been a wet fart without that music.
And without the model building and the special effects, that's one of the. It's kind of like Led Zeppelin. Everything came together
Yeah.
perfectly.
It was
So-
lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
But we've all seen the trailer without the John Williams music, and it was just laughable.
The 70s disco sci-fi music.
God.
I don't remember any sci-fi music. I just remember it was like womp 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 womp. It's what it
Actually, I
sounded-
just
and little robots. Dookie dookie gookie goo. It was terrible.
I actually just saw like the original theatrical trailer of Star Wars from like early 1977. There was no music at all. You just had some narrator going, "The Star Wars, a movie of galactic, proportions." It's
Yeah,
like, what?
with spaceship crashes. Wow. I thought that it did have some like subtle almost music, almost like the music elitists. That with the bassoon and stuff. The whoop, whoop,
For
whoop.
sure.
Weird weird stuff.
Oh, copyright infringement. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't want Lucas on your butt. And
Could
besides,
you imagine that before every sports game or any
well,
of
not
that? I mean,
not that, but the Darth Vader.
well, not, I mean, you
The
know, just
Imperial
this,
March.
yeah, exactly. It's Star Spangled Banner.
I mean, hell, that one still would have been better than the other one.
Shoot, the Grand Old Flag would have been a better song if we had to stick to a patriotic song.
Actually, a really good one would have been the Cantina song.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now you just jumped the shark.
No, everybody want to get up and dance.
You know, that's the only thing that scared me watching Star Wars when I was 7. It was the first monster that showed the casting, the one that had the head that looked like a Y.
Oh yeah.
Because it just happened out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, that thing's with the red eyes is staring at you, and that used to kind of freak me out a little bit.
I was scared of the TIE fighters because looks like they're powered by solar panels, but they're never anywhere near a sun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Miko.
That was the Price is Right theme with the disco.
Oh, here's the cantina. This part.
All right, that's enough.
Don't worry.
Actually, we're on Rumble. When we get on Rumble, we'll figure this shit out. We can't have multiple admins on there. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
So we just got to figure out who's going to make the Rumble channel.
Technically, you're allowed to play clips if you're doing it with a critique, like we are. But YouTube don't.
Yeah, but it's gotten us pulled every time. And then what do? You try to prove yourself innocent, and you can't because there's nothing to appeal to.
Well, you could put in an appeal, but they just ignore the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
Steve,
how do
you
like
want to find a national anthem, Steve? Find the Russian one. Good Lord.
Yes.
Oh, really?
That's what I was going to say. I'm with Tony. That Russian national anthem. I mean, I even want to get up and go.
Yeah. They win on the national anthems.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of our national songs happened during like one of the most dismal musical phases, with the Philip Sousa and all that shit. Gosh, what awful stuff, that Dixieland shit.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That ain't what I call rock and roll.
Yeah.
I know.
I think the first time I heard the Russian national anthem is when I went to go see Hunt for Red October.
Right, because they sang it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had the full orchestrated version like at the beginning when the sub is coming out of Polyarny there.
Is that the one, Windmill Cookies?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
No. That's
Even that would have been a better song.
That's the King Arthur's national anthem.
So, how you like my new look?
Yeah.
Loser.
Hey,
It says loser.
where?
Right
Right
next to
next
you,
to your
you
car.
pinball.
Yeah.
I can't see it. But
Well, turn around. Eh? Well,
There's
like a
turn all the way
little-
off that shelf.
There's-
Just be like Austin Powers in the fucking golf cart trying to turn around in that hallway. Remember that?
yeah, I'm
Okay.
not very good at turning around. Maybe that's why I'm a loser.
Are you talking about the Russian national anthem? Is this it?
Yes.
Wait a second. Where is it? I thought I got it.
Now, can we get copyright strike for a national anthem?
Probably
No,
not.
it's but
That's it.
Is it really? Wow. I like that. We should start playing that more often.
Well, Russia doesn't really have a whole lot going for it, but they do.
I wish
make
they'd
all
have won the
best-
Cold War, then they could have been using it. I'm sorry.
They make
what?
all the best composers.
Oh.
Well, they had like what?
They did win the Cold War.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Yeah.
Communism did persevere, didn't it?
Yeah, that was all. It got started in the U.S. because of them.
So what
And
was
it
the Cold
took
War
a-
about?
took off
Oh,
like they were
Refrigerators.
amazed how well it worked. It worked better than they imagined it could have.
Yeah.
And now that the Soviet Union's collapsed, the Russians are freaking out because it's trying to come back to them.
So what is the Cold War all about? To see who can drop the temperature the most?
Right. It
it's
was,
like-
they were worried
yeah.
about global warming back then, so they were
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
cool everything
okay.
off.
I thought it was a war against colds and flus.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have been it.
Okay. Had to jab everybody. So speaking of which, Darren came over and brought a couple lovely
Yeah.
cinnamon rolls.
Did you try them?
Yeah, it was really good. I tell Kiana thanks. So our surrogate Aunt Helen had this brown, turquoise colored mosaic table. It was all iron and mosaic.
Oh yeah.
And she lived in this high-rise apartment that overlooked the famous plaza in Kansas City. And we would be in her bright apartment there, and she'd give us cinnamon rolls and 7-Up on that table. So to commemorate, now that I had a nice cinnamon roll, I heated it up and I had my 7-Up left over. So I have the table, the mosaic table, and I had my 7-Up and cinnamon roll in honor of Helen. And it
Oh,
was
that's
very
the
nice.
same table.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Kiana made them from scratch, icing and all, and they were delicious.
Really good, yeah.
I see it,
Oh,
Steve.
good.
You
Steve
follow the
has
putt
an
instead of got a
athletic
mouse.
supporter. Steve has an athletic supporter.
And
That changes colors.
And
Yeah.
athletic sport like
Don't they all?
yeah.
He followed putt though. And,
Yeah, is that your
instead
new
of a
mic, Steve? Your new Fisher Price microphone?
That's actually a mouse. We believe that.
Oh, you know what? I bought one of those, and I think I used it a couple times and put it away because when I'm in the dark, I don't need a mouse to light up the gosh damn room.
Well, this whole new computer, it's got flashing game lights on the computer itself. It flashes different colors, and I'm like, what the?
What are gay lights?
Yeah.
As a
well,
game-
he
game
just
lights.
answered your own question.
Gay lights.
Now I do have my keyboard for the cartoon computer lights up all different colors, but that's practical because a keyboard in the dark, it's really good to have it lit up. And my laptop, it's a gaming computer, so it all lights up blue. Yeah, that I think the main reason I didn't use that mouse anymore is because it would go to sleep and you'd actually have to click it to wake it up. You couldn't just
Ooh.
wiggle it. That pisses me
Oh,
off.
fuck that.
Why do they have to, they basically got the science down on a mouse 30 years ago. Why do they have to, shitify it, the enshitification of everything?
Yeah.
Well, it's because you had to keep playing with mouse balls back then. So
Well, I still got I got the trackball. You know who turned me on to these? Rhiannon. She said, "Oh, get one of these. It's great because I don't have a lot of room on my desk, and so this I don't have to move the mouse itself. I just put my thumb on the doohickey and then doohickey the doohickey.
Yeah, Gracie liked those stupid things.
But
I'm
I
just
don't
giving
have
you
to
a
move
hard
it around.
time. Yeah, I know. If you like it, great. But she was trying to get me to do that, and it just never worked. I'm used. Oh, I did. So I'm doing my new Transforama, and I just started this before the show. It'll be my first project on DaVinci instead of Adobe. So I'm giving it a go, and it's hard. It's like going to kindergarten again when you learn a new program. It's just like everything's so different. But I'm hoping I figure it out because Adobe's a shitty product, and I would really like to get away from it.
Yeah.
In fact, they're probably going to go out of business because they fucked everybody over. They
So
decided
did
to do it.
Microsoft, and they're still going strong.
Yeah, but the difference is Adobe, they put everybody on that stupid subscription thing.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let people quit the subscription without being penalized a whole bunch of money. And it pissed people off. Well, here's the deal. DaVinci's every bit as good or better than the Adobe film editor product, and it's free. It's open source. And there's a thing called Canva, and they are now the new Photoshop, and they are free. So everybody's moving to Canva and all these other free
Until
alternatives
they're,
to
Ooh.
what?
I said until they're not free.
I haven't seen an open source thing like that just all of a sudden not be free.
I think it's
It,
open source. It has to stay that way.
yeah, and so
No,
I'm
I've
trying
got
it
to
out.
think about,
It's do what?
I got to think about that for work, because right now nobody tell anybody this, but we're using an ancient copy of Photoshop to do the lower thirds and stuff on the show. And I'm in fear that if that computer dies and it's 10 plus years old, that we'll lose our old copy of Photoshop, and then what are we going to do? But
I could
if
probably
I can
set
keep,
you up. Uh, but you can probably, but yeah, there are free alternatives. I just think that shit. I don't know what I was gonna say.
sorry.
No, yours was relevant. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I actually for work was gonna that was one of my learning projects. HR wants you to learn things, so I decided to learn Da Vinci, and I went to some foreign teacher that was showing it. And it's like the first several chapters were organizing your files. And it was boring, of course it is. And then finally we got to editing, and this we did a few things and then it went back. Oh, and there's another way you can organize files. You can put them over here. And I turned it off. I was done with it. I was just like, I got so sick of that. There's too many options. There's too many organizing options. So what am I doing today? I'm learning DaVinci. I'm like, how do I organize my files? Because it has been a long time since I did that class. So anyway,
Just
I
have
think
a
it's a lot better program than Adobe because Adobe just crashes. It screws everything up all the time. Like I said, that music video, the Apology None for One for You, uh, it decided the last day when I just to crash everything all the time, and it took me like all day just to do the final master of that song, and I had to dissect it into different things and put it in a different program. One called OpenShot, which is another open source, but it's not very good either. I'm waiting for one that's just kind of stable.
Yeah.
So hopefully DaVinci, that's kind of like the gold standard now. So we'll see.
I'm gonna go grab a refill real quick. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
don't do that.
Refilled.
Copilot on a tab and tell it to help you learn Canva.
Do what?
Open a Copilot tab and say you're working with Canva and you want to know how to do such and such. And it'll walk you through it. And occasionally it'll walk you through and tell you to click things that aren't there. And then you say, well, that button's not there. And then it'll say, oh, of course not. It's not there anymore. They changed it.
I prefer to just go to whatever search engine because they're all AI now anyway. And I'll just put in what question I need at the time as I'm doing it. So it's like
that's about the same way. You're just doing it in a different window.
Yeah, but I'm doing it instead of learning it all at once. I'm just like doing it so I'm like, okay, I got my film file. How do I zoom in on the timeline? So I'll go to Bing or whatever and say, how do I zoom in on the timeline? And then they'll tell me. So that's I've already done it like 5 times tonight. So it's basically doing what you're saying and just in a different fashion.
Right. Yeah. That's how I learned. I'm getting better at Unity. I'm starting to understand a lot more, but early on, that's the program I used to make games. But early on, it would tell me to do things, and I had no idea why I was doing it, or it's kind of starting to make sense.
That's how it always works. So you read the book, read the instructions. They don't make any sense at all. You start playing with the thing, and you start to get it figured. And then you go back to the book, and things start to make sense slowly. And then you play with it some more. Then you go back to the book, and then the book starts to make a little bit more sense. And then that's
that's pretty much it. And then if you really want to understand it, you have to teach somebody else.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing how much that teaches you. Maybe it's just saying things out loud.
Exactly.
Tony,
I didn't do it.
So answer me a question. How come the Canadian versions of the cars especially like in the 50s and stuff, always looked better than the American versions. Always had cooler grills. You never noticed that? They just always looked better.
Probably the Canadian parts of the company had fewer people on the committees.
That's probably it. They because it's like the 56 Mercury. I was looking through my collective log movie. I'm like, wow, look at the grill on this. This is very pleasant. It doesn't look like Phantom of the Opera like our version did. It was the Canadian version. It's just like, and the 50 Ford that was just behind Tony, it looked like it had a permanent tongue sticking out in the middle. The Canadian version actually, or no, it might have been the Canadian. I don't know if it's a Mercury or whatever, but they had our like 50 Mercury, the sausage slicer grill.
Yeah.
But it was in the Ford. Anyway, getting boring.
Oh.
They just always had, and Darren might be right. They had fewer people stepping on people's dick.
Yeah.
Robert Heinlein had a quote: "A committee is a creature with 50 stomachs and no brain."
Yeah. Because back in especially in the 50s, early 60s, they didn't want to just have the same cars, even though they were all the same, but they just wanted to have their own, it had, because it wasn't a Mercury, it was a Meteor, and it was like a Parisienne, it was always a little bit different. Or the Pontiac.
Yeah, but I just noticed whenever they show that Canadian version, it's just like, wow, that looks nice. It doesn't look shitty like the one I'm used to seeing. I really think that 56 and 55 Mercuries were some of the ugliest cars ever. I don't know how that ever passed mustard.
Well, this guy here, I think that's some kind of Pontiac. It looks like you just told it it was an ugly looking car.
Or a loser.
Yeah.
Or it just realized it on its own.
Yeah. So it saw a reflection of itself in like a shiny truck. Hey, so let's play a game. What car am I?
Global thermonuclear war.
Yeah, there you go. Fine.
My mother, the car.
Lola? Is that a Lola?
No, sir. You're in the right race, though.
Or are you Mach 5's sister, brother?
I'm a dude.
Okay.
I'm not.
I don't know enough about cars.
You put that
It
penis
looks a little
away.
like a Ferrari 512, but not.
You got it. I'm a 1970 Ferrari 512S.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever watch the movie Le Mans, you got to be a car guy to watch that movie, because if you're not a car guy, you would just be staring at the screen going, "What the fuck?" But if you're a car guy, it's wonderful. Steve McQueen. It's Steve McQueen, and he's got like 6 lines in the whole movie, and he's in every scene.
Yeah, Darren didn't like the Ferrari I was last week, so I thought he might like this one better.
Ah.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it kind of looked like a stealth.
Well, you said that you were actually like pretending I was a Mitsubishi 3000 instead of the Ferrari.
Oh, that's because I like the Mitsubishi 3000s.
Mm-hmm.
I like
And
Ferraris,
you said-
but I really like the V8 Ferraris or the V6.
Oh, the Dinos.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the Dinos. I haven't done a Dino. That's on the list.
I don't
Maybe
know if
that's
it's
one I need to buy a die cast of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I know it's 6-cylinder. I don't know if it's a V.
Yeah, it's a V6.
Okay.
It was actually designed by Alfredino Ferrari, who was Enzo Ferrari's son. He designed that V6 for racing, and then he passed away young, and then that's why they called actually, it was not called a Ferrari. I mean, you see some that have Ferrari emblems on it, but those were added. But it was sold as a Dino. It was
because it had 6 cylinders.
Yeah.
And wasn't worthy of being a Ferrari, according to him.
Well, it was named in honor of his son who passed away. So
it was worthy. Yeah, he thought it was worthy of being a car, but not worthy of being a Ferrari.
yeah.
But that thing's worth like $2 million now. Why would they? That's one of the most
because it was the junior Ferrari back then.
Are they up to 2 million? They were like 300,000 last time I looked at them.
Oh, maybe I was exaggerating, but I figured like at least $500,000 to $1 million probably.
What's that car company that only builds like 20 a year and they're like $2 million a car? Is that like Pagani or something? Or
Well,
It's
Pagani,
one of those exotic brands.
That's
Yeah.
one of them. Yeah.
Bugatti does. I don't know how many they make. They're like $1 million.
There are a lot
Well,
of them.
the Bugattis
If you
were like $1 million 20 years ago.
Yeah, if you play Forza, you can see a lot of those
Yeah.
super exotics. Well, remember the Gumpert?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to high school with a guy named Gumpert, who's just a goofy little freaking troll of a dude.
I was
Well,
about
that's
I
all I
wondered
can
if to
think
say
of
if you
is
buy
goofy
it.
little dude.
Is the same guy. He made good.
I was about to say if you buy a Gumpert, does it come with complimentary mustard and biscuit?
Yeah.
Except for that was Carl. That wouldn't come.
I know there's just something about the Gumpert that just
Right.
reminds me of Carl, I guess, for some reason. Maybe it's the Forrest Gump kind of stuff.
How many DeLoreans did they make?
4,000. I don't know.
That was basically a Pinto masquerading, cosplaying as an exotic.
Yeah, but then in the early '80s, American cars were all crap masquerading. Most of them were crap masquerading as crap. So, as far as the time frame, it wasn't terrible because
It's
everything.
funny,
Yeah, and it was kind of but it was fake. It was it's made of stainless steel. No, it's got stick-on stickers that
Yeah,
were
it's basically
stainless steel.
a plastic shell with stainless over top.
Yeah.
And near the end of the whole DeLorean thing, I drove past a exotic car showroom, and they had a DeLorean, but they'd painted it red. And I don't know how successful getting the paint to stick to the stainless it was, but
I would've
that
thought
same
they
showroom
had
had one of the Rolls Royces that was owned by the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and so it had all this, Maharishi Yogi stuff all over. It was all painted up. Like John Lennon, only less tasteful.
That my understanding is that's kind of how Rolls Royces are supposed to be bling, and Bentleys are roughly the same thing, except for they're more tasteful and less blingy.
Some car magazine in the 80s described a Bentley as Prince Charles in a leather jacket.
Yeah. Well, for many years it was just it was a Rolls Royce with a different grille, and there were no other changes. And then in the 80s they started to make the Bentley sportier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They started putting the turbos on them, and all, the Mulsanne turbo and all that.
I think I prefer the Bentley.
The manuals and the specs on those were like it would say dimensions and everything, then it would say horsepower, and they would just say sufficient.
Yeah.
How are you doing, guys? Chuck, hadn't heard much from you.
Because he's eating a
I
banana.
just made the comment about the DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't listening, I guess.
Pardon me while I whip this out.
Whoa! Didn't he just die?
Chuck's eating slippers. It looked like he was eating a slipper.
Hey, Steve, what's up, Steve? I hadn't heard from you in a while.
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're doing a show. The listeners, they're just
We're
listening.
on the air?
We're doing
I guess.
My
half an hour now.
My hair is a mess. I'm still in my pajamas. I'm okay.
I saw your time ship Endeavor thing.
Oh, you like that?
Mm-hmm.
It's on Facebook. I'll put it in the chat. I didn't want it to make it public yet.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, just put it on Facebook. It won't be public.
No, it's in the.
No, I know you posted it. Facebook, nobody fucking sees it. Yeah.
That's the design I got help come up with for the ship in my story.
Ah.
I'm good at designing Federation ships.
You what?
I'm good at designing Federation ships.
Are you really? Should have come to you.
Well, this one designed all the ships for the Star Trek.
Yeah, but I don't want 2 saucer sections.
Well, they weren't all the redundant.
We can do all the way up to 5 saucer sections.
Imagine all the saucer, they're like facing each other. Everybody, like the parachuters that hold hands.
Not even any warp.
That's my whole design philosophy. More saucers.
More saucers and no warp nacelles at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember the one I posted
like 6 or 8 warp nacelles on, like the.
I was going to say, do you guys remember that one I posted like a year or two ago where they had like warp nacelles just coming off the ship everywhere. You know, there's like
Yeah.
12 of them.
Well, picture this. Picture like 6 saucers in a circle with spokes connecting them, you know, like an amusement park ride. And then the center is the engine. So it just spins through space. What was it? Punt and I came up with an idea that it would have been cool if Millennium Falcon would have rolled like a wheel. Everybody gets sick all the time. Anyway, I got a rock and roll story. I might have said this before. It's not really a story. It's my own story. So, did I tell you about Genesis to Revelation?
Genesis, the creation of life and death from Star Trek 3. Oh, never mind. That's a different thing. Go ahead.
So, there's a shitty band called Genesis, but in the 60s, actually, Steve introduced me to this song. It was a cool song, and I looked it up, and it was from their 1969 debut album called Genesis to Revelation. So I decided to listen to the entire album. This was earlier this year, and it was this wonderful Baroque pop, lovely sound. Very smooth, easy on the ears, melodic. I really enjoyed what I was listening to. And so I went on Spotify. I'm like, well, what else do we got? Oh, they've got a 1970 album. And I'm like, uh-oh. Because that's about the time when the prog rock thing started, kind of. And I'm like, I hope they're still on their same thing.
Yeah, isn't that before Phil Collins joined the band?
I don't know. But anyway, I listened to the 70 album, and it was just I'm like, fuck.
Yoko Ono was in it, huh?
It was just shit. It was just shit songs. And it's just like, 9-minute songs with I'm like, what the fuck, guys? At least they had one album that was pretty cool. But they could, if they would have continued it for a few albums, I might have actually been a Genesis fan. I might have gotten into it.
Well, they went from that to I hate that song.
Darren likes it. He used to play it all the time.
Oh, it's
that's the part Darren would keep repeating.
I remember Darren used to make us listen to it all the time.
Oh, no.
It's a good song.
Oh.
That wasn't the response I was expecting.
Is Phil Collins like getting sick in the middle of the song, or what's going on there?
Well, no, there was another song that you like. One of those 80s songs I always play on football games. It was like, it's like,
yeah, I know that.
Oh yeah,
Genesis. Is it Genesis?
No.
Or Phil Collins, or it's a different band?
No, it's like, one of them 80s bands, Flapdoodle.
Well, they all sound. I was trying to.
No, it was
vocal.
it was like.
That sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, it's like
You're talking about Yellow. You're talking about Oh Yeah from Yellow.
that might have been it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's called Silent Sun. That's the song that Steve played.
Which one? Yellow?
No, Silent Sun from Genesis.
Why?
We're talking about two different things, Steve. We're giving Steve whiplash.
I'm in time warp here. What the?
Yellow was like
See, play like 5 seconds of it from the chorus, not the of the song.
Of Yellow or the?
Oh, for fuck's sake! No, we're talking about two different things.
Well, I hear Yellow, and then I hear Genesis.
I said Silent Sun from Genesis, but I don't want to be stepping on anyone else's dick because I was just looking it up because I'd forgotten the name.
Silent Sun.
Yeah.
Do I have that?
I don't know if it was Peter Gabriel singing that.
I do.
I didn't want to look at the lineup because I didn't want to be biased. Because if I found out Phil Collins was in it, it might have kind of jaded it for me.
Oh, I do have this song. I'll be damned.
Oh,
I told you, you're the one that introduced it to me.
Silent Sun. Wow. So go from like the middle of it or something?
Yeah, maybe not the middle, but when do choruses start in songs? About 30 seconds in.
All right, this one, let's try this.
Baby, you feel so close.
That one?
Yeah.
I wish you could see my love. Baby, you changed
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you have to play. You got the feel. It was just a nice '60s song, and I listened to the
Oh,
whole
okay. So
album.
it wasn't one of the ones going. Bleh.
Oh,
No,
okay,
that was the
that's- okay.
'69 album that was good, and I was
Okay.
hoping I would get more of that with the '70 album. And the '70 album was all the fart sounds, and it sounded like the music elitists took it over.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean that.
And the
That,
one I was
uh,
talking about was the one Tony said in the '80s, the sports song. You know that they would go, yeah, and I was like, was that Yellow with the oh yeah?
Oh,
boy.
yeah, that was
Oh,
Yellow.
cool.
You mean the?
That's not it.
That's that song.
Now, see, me on the other hand, I'm an '80s connoisseur. I love the music from the '80s. So
I'm more of a
Yeah,
'60s dinosaur.
yes, we know. And but you know what? The '60s still had good music. You know, every decade had its little pocket of. That's it.
You know, I think '60s in general, the '80s in general was more of a revival of like a lot of the '60s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It realized that the songs started getting simple, and they started getting 3 minutes again, and I mean the Romantics. What I like about you, that sounded just like the Kinks from the mid '60s. That stuff was back in. And of course, there was this romanticism in the early '80s, late '70s and '80s with the '50s and '60s, and the '57 Chevys and the blue jeans, and that was huge then.
I got a question for Darn here. Speaking of music from the late '70s, early '80s, did Duran Duran's "Planet Earth" come out in '79 or '80?
Oh, top of my head, I don't know. Thinking, I don't know. I guess well, I think the album was '80, so they might have
In
released
America.
a song.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Well, with my experience with UK bands like Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls, I specifically remember that song being a hit in about '86 because I remember when I was listening to it, and when you look at it, like on Songfacts, it says it came out in like '83 or '84, and it's like, oh, I know it wasn't, but it's like UK songs just always seem to come out 3 years before they entered the States, and they would like remix them or re-record them for the States
Right.
like 3 years later.
Nah, it had to be like '84, '85 because "Money" by the Pet Shop Boys was popular when I was in '86 because my girlfriend hated it. That's why I remember it, and so I'd play it a lot.
Actually, we were both wrong. It came out in '81.
Well, you can't cheat when you give me multiple choice.
Yeah,
So
I know.
West End Girls came out in April of '84, but it was like May of '86 when it was released as a single in our country here.
What about
I-
"Money"?
I think that arrangement, Steve, was the
Money
American
for nothing in
re-release.
the.
What?
No.
No, Pet Shop Boys
Let's
"Opportunities"
make
is what
lots
it's
of
called.
money.
Oh yeah, you've got you're ugly
You
and
got the
I'm
looks,
smart and
I've got
best
something
looking.
else.
That was Master Blaster's song. You got the brains, I got the looks. Let's make
Master Blaster, is that what you said?
Master
I was
Blaster.
listening to that story about that African American trillionaire, and basically he got all the 100 million from selling PayPal, and just said, "I'm going to start a rocket company," and put all of his money into it. So if that had failed, he would probably be mowing our lawns or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys read that story today? I mean, about I don't mean to bring this up, but Elon Musk.
That's
His
his talking
original,
about
like-
African American.
That's what I was talking
Yeah.
about.
But it was the space program he's talking about.
Right.
Even like the kitchen workers that started with the SpaceX program many years ago, they all got like their IPO payouts, and they're all almost like millionaires.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I
that's
heard-
if they opted for that plan.
But I did hear that Elon Musk now is the first trillionaire, I think, didn't it?
Going to
Yep.
be He's
No,
he's projected.
No, I think he already is officially.
I thought so.
The day of the IPO, he became a trillionaire.
But I wonder if he loaned me $100 or something.
I don't think he's got cash, Steve. I think it's all just in assets and things and weird stuff.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah,
If he said, "Oh, great, I got $1 trillion. Let me sell all my stock, and I'll have $1 trillion." No, if he started selling it off, it would just crash. So it'd be
Yeah, he'd end up with 100 billion, maybe.
So a trillionaire as far as his assets go, then okay.
What did they say that he could give every single person in the United States $1 million and still be a billionaire?
Yeah, but that's not how it works.
If he were stupid, he wouldn't have got there in the first place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where'd he get all this money from, though? Is it business or what? I mean,
Yeah, Tesla, SpaceX.
But Tesla sucks.
Well, he started.
I know,
But
right?
he started off. What was it? What
Tesla-
was the original company?
I think SpaceX. No, well, PayPal.
Yeah, I think his original
Yeah,
company was
PayPal.
Edsel.
But they
That's
said I heard
Ford,
that
Steve.
SpaceX or
I know.
Tesla, if the number of the actual value of the company based on the number of shares and how much the shares are worth, is worth more than like Ford, Chevy, like most of the big car companies combined.
And remember, he didn't design any of that stuff.
Well, that's Elon Musk's first business right there behind Tony right now.
It's
Right?
like everybody hates Teslas. They're Teslas.
Oh,
That's
I
why
don't-
every third car around, if I went outside and looked around, every third car is a Tesla. Although,
because they think
the-
that they think they're cool with it.
Yeah, and a lot of them catch on fire, from what I hear.
Yeah.
but
And who wants to
except for the
stop? Who wants
Cybertrucks,
to have
I
to
still
stop
have
and
only
then charge
seen
up
2 or
their
3
stupid cars?
Cybertrucks. Yeah.
All the Cybertrucks are ugly as shit.
Yeah, they
I
are.
love those. I've seen them. I see those. Not as many down here, but I see them
Well,
sometimes.
shit, there. You can go to Lowe's and buy some plywood and make your own.
Yeah, right. You know, if
Yeah,
they were
but-
to remake the Back to the Future, they would use a Cybertruck instead of a
It
DeLorean.
wouldn't
Yeah,
go
but
88 miles
it's-
an hour. Though.
And it's bulletproof and it accelerates faster to 60 than a 911 turbo.
Yeah.
Oh.
But who cares?
That's what
Well,
I mean.
Elon
not
Musk
really-
owns eBay.
Does he?
It looks like you can make those Cybertrucks from supplies at Lowe's, doesn't it? It does.
You can.
Yeah,
Hey,
he-
you know what? They should have called the DeLorean the Dorian Gray because it was just gray in color.
Now, I like the
See-
DeLorean better than I do these Cybertrucks.
And if it breaks down, there's a picture of it somewhere that gets visibly worse, but the car stays the same.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm surprised that DeLorean was even able to be sold here with those gull-wing doors. It's a safety hazard.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that it would wander to the center of the road and try sniffing up the white lines.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what Doc Brown meant by some serious shit. You can see some serious shit. Crash!
Oh,
What's
I
funny
remember
about the
it,
gull wing doors, though, is that Brickland back in the 70s, he had one of those exotic doohickey cars, and it had gull wing. He sold it as a safety car. So I guess it was designed so it couldn't possibly roll over. I guess I don't know.
There
Yeah,
was
there
one of
was
those
one
that
with,
are as a Cars and Coffee out here.
yeah, there was one at Cars and Coffee.
But
I think they started out using Fords, and then they switched over to AMC engines. I think like an AMC 360.
I don't think it was around long enough. It was only like a year or two in production.
But I know they
Well,
used that
it was-
DeLorean to Back to the Future before because it looked futuristic as far as the 50s were concerned, I think.
Yeah,
Well, if they're going to do it, they might as well do it in style. I think
right.
is
That's what
You know,
That's what it is.
there's some people in like movie chat or something about Back to the Future. There's a scene where the terrorists are chasing them and they're in a little VW microbus
Yeah.
and they hit like a cardboard thing,
Yeah.
a thing made out of cardboard, and they were like just saying that. See, that's German engineering. See how that van held together. An American one would have, unless like. The thing rolled over hitting cardboard. It's like, what are you talking about? It's just, I'm not even debating which one's safer or whatever. I'm just saying you're really picking a weird hill to die on there.
Yeah.
Considering it rolled over hitting like a cardboard cutout of a photo mat or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of Volkswagens, I have all new rotors, pads, hardware, brake lines coming on the way.
Nice. Is
Ah,
What you ordering from?
that for your computer?
Pelican parts.
Pelican. Yeah, I used to want to have my Mercedes.
That what
It was
for
Peach
German
Parts or
cars?
Pelican Parts. Yeah, Peach Parts, I think. 'Cause I ordered a bunch of stuff and just incidental here and there stuff, and they sent it in a box, and there were like a little bag of lemon heads in it.
Oh,
Because that was
nice.
like their trademarks. So they'd send you a little packet of lemon heads.
That's nice. I like it when people send candy. It's a nice touch. You know who else does that is Sweetwater.
Oh, Sweetwater.
Are they the one that's in the Swedish Fish? I know somebody
Yeah.
sends Swedish Fish.
Sweetwater just sends a variety pack. There's usually like a bit of paper in it and some different
okay.
ones. I spend so much money that I actually you'll be assigned a sales rep, and out of the blue, a few times a year he'll just call me out of the blue. His name's Mitch, and he'll ask how I'm doing, and I'll tell him what I'm. They really work with you. It's really nice. They have a music store that just. Now, Vinny didn't like it because he says it's like none of their business. He doesn't like them pestering him. But I'm just like, it's kind of nice because you actually get, it's like, he's like, do you have any, everything going okay? I was like, well, I bought a electric sitar from you and I don't know how to tune the harmonic strings, the sympathetic strings on it. He's like, let me look it up. And next thing he did, he texted me the configuration of what key to do. It's really nice to have somebody that,
It's kind of like AI.
That's
Dun,
outrageous.
dun, dun, dun.
Have we even had a single comment?
No,
Nobody's
there.
watching.
I said some stuff earlier.
Lewis, he's been watching the World Cup.
Oh, that's right.
Good for him.
So he's really into that. Yeah, good for him. They need what little they
We have
get.
like no watchers either.
Well, maybe Wendy
Oh,
Lou
you're
will come.
just
Oh,
talking.
Wendy Lou, she came over to Darren's house last Saturday with me, and we had a grill out, and we watched Labyrinth for the first time. She'd seen it before, but
I was going to say, Darren, so disclose about your watching Disclosure. I've heard very, very mixed reviews about it. So
I liked it.
I've heard all bad reviews except Darren, but I knew Darren would like it because he likes everything. He's like Mikey.
Yeah, but it's doing really well, and it's got like high Rotten Tomatoes from what I hear. So it can't be everybody that hates it.
That's a good point, Gott's Chalk.
I know I had a week opening weekend, like 40
only
million or
66
something.
million
66 worldwide.
million
or
for
domestic?
For what?
I don't know. Just the movie Disclosure.
Oh, never heard of it.
Disclosure Day, yeah. So basically, spoiler alert.
No, I'm covering my ears.
So if you're hoping for like alien action, there's not any alien action.
Ooh,
It's
I dig
basically
it.
chase scenes with secret government folks and everything else.
I've heard it's a
until
glorified
the-
X-Files episode.
Kirk got a lot of alien action.
Oh my.
But how many did he actually bang? There was the quick check in blink of an eye, because you see her brushing her hair and him pulling his boots back on.
Oh,
You remember that scene? The people move really fast, and and the phaser beam would go like 5 miles an hour. And so
Kirk,
that
he
was
banged
one.
quick.
Well, he's in his unready room or whatever, and she's there and she's brushing her hair and he's pulling his boots on, so you could figure out what the hell just happened. So there was that.
Did he ever pork Green Mom? No, that was Lost in
I don't
Space,
think so,
Green
but
Mom.
the other one for sure was the caveman planet, where Kirk turned into a caveman for some. He got bumped on the head and turned into a caveman because he knocked up that one hot chick. So there's like a little Kirk running around on that planet.
I thought that was Spock that got with Marion Hartley and back in the Ice Age.
I don't think they probably did it, but Kirk would. No, it was Miramani. Remember Miramani?
Oh, Baramani, yeah.
Kirk!
Speaking of that, though, they actually wrote a book that I read, Yesterday's Sun, where Spock had a child with Marion Hartley, whatever her character's name.
Well, we know he did. Dr. Carol Marcus. So.
Yeah, we know.
Well,
we
yeah,
know
because
she
they had that little gay son that they had.
Hey,
Oh yeah, his name is Butt Trick, and he died
Yeah,
of AIDS.
butt trick.
What is he like? Play pickup sticks with his butt or something?
Butt trick, yeah. Matt,
Hey,
Something Buttrick. Something Buttrick. What's his
Merritt.
name?
Merritt was his first
I
name.
Merritt
need to show
Buttrick,
you
yeah.
a scene.
I hate to make jokes about the guy because he's dead, but it's like, come
I
on.
know. What a name, Buttrick.
I did, for the first Lost in Space color episode, I have to show it to you sometime, or at least a scene from it, because there's a green lady out in space that looks just like our mom.
Oh, you mean the pretty brave, pretty handsome
Yeah.
Dr. Smith?
Yeah.
Ooh. Athena, that was her name.
She was really pretty, but it's
Yes, she
just like,
was.
damn, she looks like our mom, but,
Really?
but green. Yeah. Well, our mom was very pretty.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Athena was pretty.
I always thought Mom looked like Sigourney Weaver.
Oh.
So the end of Alien, when she's running around half naked, I'm like, skip, skip, skip.
You thought about your mom running around half naked? What?
Elf!
Yep. No, I didn't want to. That's why I skipped the end of Alien usually.
Well, Timmy thinks she looked like Elizabeth Montgomery, and that's why.
No, I just said Elizabeth Montgomery looked like a hot mom compared to Barbara Eden, who was just like a hot, want to take her home.
Did I tell you about the time? Go ahead.
I was just saying, our mom, all of our, I don't know about Gottschalk, but Whitaker, a lot of our friends just had a crush on our mom.
Yeah.
And that even that continued to Trouble Clef days. They said how good looking her mom was. I think Gottschalk's got a problem with her because she threw a brick at him or something.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't your mom. That was Whitaker's mom.
That's
Who threw
outrageous.
cookies at us.
I thought you said her mom yelled at you or something.
Oh yeah, your mom did yell at me one time. We all went out bike riding like we did every Saturday night. Went to the grave. We got back to Darren's house at like 11:30, and your mom answered the door going, ah! She was crying, screaming, "You need to go!" Ah! It was like, what the fuck?
She did that to us when we went to Utah. She did the same thing. It's like
Yeah,
Darren,
just
they
stepping
went to
on my
Utah
dick.
just a few days before, and she didn't say anything about it. Women, it's just a woman crazy.
And the sad part was, it wasn't like it was the first time. We had always gone bike riding on Saturday nights during the summer and disappeared,
Yeah.
And this time we just happened to come back. We were going to go in and play D&D or something, and your mom answered the door, and she was crying crazy and
I don't,
said, "I told you."
women have bad periods. I mean, bad situation. They never mind. What were you going to say, Darren?
Nothing.
You know that green lady on Lost in Space? I think she had a husband that came along. He had beard and everything. He actually turned Will Robinson green or something.
Oh.
I'll show them,
Yeah.
Dr.
I
Smith.
think you're
Oh,
getting confused with the Blue Jinn from Mike
No,
Genie.
he turned Will
wasn't
Robinson
her husband
green.
in real life.
he turned no. This
I
was
remember when Will-
this
I
was in
remember-
the show where Athena turned out to have a boyfriend or a husband or something, and he came along and got pissed off. I don't know why he would turn Will green if he's pissed off at Dr. Smith, but anyway, I guess Will Robinson
I
was
thought
better.
he turned Penny to platinum.
No, that
No,
was
that was a
different.
different episode. I remember that episode because Dr. Smith
then-
wanted to be like Midas, only having everything turn into platinum.
And then a bird came land on her and shit on her too.
Yeah. That was,
But
I do-
I
I
did
do
feel
kinda
bad
remember
for
the
him because he at least knew what he had done, and he tried to keep everyone away from him because he didn't want to do that. And she came over to him and did that, so it wasn't like he,
Yeah.
I thought it'd been cool.
But I do remember the episode where Will Robinson was green.
Yeah,
do
he
remember
was
that
turned in.
episode.
He was turned in green by Athena's boyfriend or husband.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not
think
a
it was
good green, just like hers wasn't a good platinum. It's like the makeup department, they do the bare minimum.
It was the '60s, and they did a pretty good job. I mean,
Yeah.
getting a 10-year-old boy like that to sit still to put green all
They
over him.
did better with the green mom, the pretty. She looked really good green. But
I thought they used the same kind of green on Bill Mooney.
no, it
if
was his barely green. He looked more like he'd eaten a expired pizza. Or something.
Well, if he wasn't such a cranky old man, we could have got him. Could have got him on
yeah.
here.
Yeah, he's just an old man.
Yeah.
I just read a story about it was called the life of Bill Mooney.
yeah.
Oh boy.
It was on one of
The
the
obituary channel.
The obituary. You're watching the obituary.
No, that's the latest clickbait thing on Facebook. They'll have a thing in it, and it's got AI picture of somebody, and it's remembering blah blah blah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
remembering.
yeah.
And they didn't. And I'm looking at the, but they didn't die. It's just
They did a
remembering her
double
because-
bill recently. The AI did. They had Bruce Willis and Alex Keaton. What's his name?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. They had both of them in remembrance or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that on YouTube a lot.
No, one of them was his female. One of them was his female actress, and I can't bring her name to mind, but it was like remembering, and she did all this stuff, and I'm looking at my Wikipedia obituaries. When did she die? She didn't die, and so in the comments I just put "fuck you."
It's probably Wikipedia that puts that stuff up there, so you go to their site.
No, it's not Wikipedia. They don't do shit.
They had a while back. They had Wesley Ures passed away. I'm like the cast of Land of the Lost, how they all died. I'm like, what the?
You want to hear my Barbara Eden story?
Oh, go for it. Yeah, Barbara Eden.
So I've only been to one con, and she was there.
Oh, I'm jealous.
So I went up and met her, and she asked if I wanted a kiss, and I'm like, no. I said, I really just want to get a wish granted. And she kind of looked at me, and then she looked around and said, all right, just whisper your wish. And so I whispered what my wish was. And she did that thing. And, well, let's just say I guess she's hard of hearing, because that's how I ended up with the 10-inch pianist.
Oh God, and there's a penguin there too.
Yeah, at least he didn't do the penguin seller.
Yeah.
I was thinking a real story that didn't matter, but that's funny.
The way I figure it, if we had anybody watching, they might not have heard all the old jokes, so it's new to them.
Oh, there you go. I've never heard that. That's funny. A 10-inch pianist.
And what were you just saying before that?
Shut up, Steve.
Huh?
Oh, the remembering blah 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 when they're not
remembering.
dead.
Yeah. You said that Land of the Lost. They were doing that.
Yeah, they should. We know that Spencer Milligan passed, but the rest of them are still around.
And the other, his brother, Uncle Jack, passed.
Oh, he passed
the
away?
same year.
Oh, did he? I never really count him as a regular. Anyway, go ahead.
I think the third season it was just forget
It
it.
was regular, but nobody was watching by that point.
I don't know what I was going to say. Damn it. We were talking about remembering people who had floofy, but they didn't.
Dead.
And we were talking about
Who's the romancing the stone woman?
Kathleen Turner.
So I saw one of those on her, and like, did she die?
No.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
That's the one I saw. Kathleen Turner, yeah.
Barbara Eden and Michelle Phillips, who are both hot, the hottest women of the 60s. And they stayed hot a long time. And Mamas and Papas, the hottie.
Yeah.
So I've seen AI posts on Facebook and Google. Okay, both of them are old now. Mm-hmm. Barbara Eden, at least, I don't want to jinx her, but when I saw her almost a couple of years ago, she was still really, really good looking.
Oh,
she
yeah.
didn't look like she was in her 90s. I mean, she looked frail, but she was still hot. I mean, she looked good. Let's just put it that way. Well, Michelle Phillips, her age finally caught up with her, and she just kind of looks like Granny from the Bugs Bunny. Just kind of, your plump old granny. You'd never recognize her walking down the street, but she's not ugly. She's just a plump old granny now. But she's probably pushing 90. So both of those people, I've seen pictures of them. Like somebody took a candid photo of her getting her mail.
Oh, Michelle Phillips was hot. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, she was one of those hottest women in the world. That's what Tracy Trail's based off of her.
Okay.
But yeah, so someone snapped a picture of her getting the mail, and yeah, it's like, well, she turned into Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies, just like Grace Slick. But AI took a picture of her and made her look like she was all spotted and half decomposed. And they did the same thing with Barbara Eden.
Yeah.
They just made her look like she was like something off of Tales from the Crypt. And everybody's like, oh, and like, this isn't how she looks. And I'm posting pictures of her, what she looked like with me, Yeah. And it's just like, this is AI. Don't fall for this shit, you boomers.
It's not AI. It's people telling AI what to do.
Yeah.
So I blame the people.
I don't, because AI has taken over all that shit now. They say that about was it 30% or more of people that comment on message boards and that are chatting with you and everything are all AI now.
Oh, that could be possible. You never
Well,
know.
yeah.
I could be AI.
Do what?
Is AI
Well,
in the room with
I-
us now?
I heard it was more than half,
Mhm.
but it's just, I mean, it's bots. They've had bots before they had AI. Which
Yeah,
was
I'm
just
actually
early.
good. I'm actually good looking. This is AI generated.
Yeah. Yeah, AI is roasting you.
Yeah.
The video roast.
Speaking of, I'll be right back.
And that's kind of like when corporations bribe politicians. It's the politicians I get mad at more than the corporations.
They're all going to hell. Is that an aqueduct behind you, Tony? Or a bridge? No, it's a bridge because an aqueduct usually has multiple levels.
Yeah, and there's people on top of it.
And an
This is New
aqueduct
York
would
City
be
about
part
120 years ago.
Is that St. Louis?
New York City.
Is that in Missouri?
New York, goddamn motherfucking city.
Get a rope.
Brooklyn?
Well, they didn't have river boats in New York.
I think they tip over.
You
Just
ever heard
in
of
Guam.
Manhattan Island? You ever heard of Long Island?
Uh-uh.
You ever heard of the Hudson? You ever heard of the Tappan Zee?
You know, I've got some pictures from like Grandpa Lloyd's. He was. I guess I wouldn't say he was a photographer, but he was into it, like as an amateur hobbyist.
Photographer.
And I've got some pictures that he took in Manhattan in 1970.
Ah.
And he had one looking at the skyline from like the Staten Island ferry and stuff. I keep thinking of posting them because they're interesting. They're just like little time capsules. There's one where he went to I'm assuming he lived in California in the 60s, so I'm assuming it was there. But he went to like one of those cars and coffee kind of things, and there were all these hot rods. I don't know. There's this interesting old pictures. Most of the pictures he took were of airplanes, like airplane shows, but which don't really interest me much. But Tony's seen some of them. There were some interesting planes. Tony saw them like 10 years ago. I showed you some of them.
I'm glad I didn't fly in the 50s and 60s because apparently, catching secondhand smoke on those planes back then,
Yeah, it's
because
good
everybody
for you.
apparently smoked. Yeah.
Good for you. No, I've said it before. Is that's how they would check for loose rivets on the outer fuselage of an airliner. If there was a loose rivet, it would have cigarette smoke streak running back from the rivet. Oh, that one's loose. I better fix that.
Once in a while, there'll be a lung, like a lung juice that someone's lung popped out of them.
They want you to think it's cigarette smoke streaks. It's chemtrails.
Ah,
I thought
okay.
it was poop.
Yeah, well, either one. But that was Mad Men, the first season of Mad Men. Man, I'm looking at it. Man, they got almost everything right on this show. All little details look good. And then you look up at the ceiling, and they have those air conditioning vents that just ran the length of the ceiling. We had the same things at Douglas Aircraft, and it's just a linear kind of thing. It would blow the AC out, and there was no nicotine stains on the roof, on the ceiling. But,
There should have been
they screwed
nicotine
up.
stains everywhere.
Oh God, yeah.
Maybe it
because
was
at
just an
Douglas.
even.
Well, but at Douglas, he looked up and it was, it was just like it was an AC vent, but it was linear. We just go with a long line, and there would be the brown on either side, up and down.
I stopped watching that because I didn't like the way he treated his brother.
Good old days.
Yeah,
What do you think? How you were supposed to treat brothers?
yeah.
But I wanted to like it because, I'm all about that 60s.
Well, the thing is, that's the whole thing was that he's an asshole, but you like him because he's an asshole with style.
With charisma.
So you end up rooting for him.
I did watch the finale, how it ended, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you see the finale, Gus? Shot?
Yeah.
Mad Men.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Mad Men.
Can I spoil it for you?
Absolutely.
Aliens.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it starts in like what, 1960.
60, yeah.
So it goes all the way through. I guess it lasted 10 years or so, and so. And I'm probably terrible at spoiling this because I've only seen the last scene. Evidently, his life fell apart. He wasn't in a good place. And I guess he was in California, and he went to some kind of therapy session.
Yeah, it was called the East Salem Institute. It's a real thing. Manson went there.
Oh, okay. So there were people, they're all in a circle, and they're talking about their problems, and one guy starts crying, and John Hamm's character, I don't know what was his character, he consoles them or whatever, and they're all kind of just, and I don't know, I guess he starts crying or whatever, he thinking about it, reflecting on his life. So the next thing, he's out on the lawn, and they're like sitting Indian style out on this lawn, kind of meditating, and they're saying, let the, put your socks on your hands, or whatever they did, and he starts meditating, and all of a sudden this grin comes on his face, and the next thing you'd see this lady, I'd like to build the world a home and furnish it with love, and they show the whole commercial in the whole song. So that was like how it ended, he basically made the most iconic commercial in history.
Because he was trying to figure out who he really was, because he's actually two people in one. And at the very, very end, he decided he was going to be who he'd been for the last 10 years, which is the advertising dude. And so
so that's a good perspective to put on it, Tony.
Yeah, because the whole premise of the show is this guy, he went to Korea, and he was at some forward base in Korea and all this shit, and he's with his commanding officer, and I think he either lights a cigarette and tosses the match or something like that, and hits a bunch of spilled fuel or bombs or whatever the fuck, and everything blows up. He survives, the other guy doesn't, but they identify him as the other guy. So they gave him the identity of the dead guy, and they buried the dead guy under his name.
Armin Tanzarian.
Yeah. Well,
Hi, Wendy Lou.
Hi, Wendy Lou. It's what was his name? It was because his real name was Dick Whitman, and the other guy's name was the me and names. Man, I cannot remember them.
The guy who John Hamm played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he took that other guy's identity, and because the military wanted him, he basically did it for him, and so he just decided to roll with it because he didn't like his life because he was a poor kid.
Don Draper.
And all this shit. Yeah, Don Draper, yeah. So he became Don Draper. He did car sales and shit like that, and then he got into advertising and made it really, really big, but all under an assumed name and everything. So he always had to kind of watch out for, like, there was a guy in the subway who recognized him from Korea. They said, "No, that's not me. Who the hell are you talking about?" And that's why the brother was like that, because the brother is like, because the brother thought that he'd been killed. And, went to his funeral and all that shit.
Yeah,
and
but his brother seemed cool, and I think if he'd have told him the situation, his brother would have kept it. He
kind of did, but it just the brother wasn't ready to accept it. And then he tried to just give him like a couple $1,000 to, here, have some money, but please leave me alone, and then that was that.
Well, I understand, please leave me alone, but he made him leave his job and made him leave New York and go to Kansas and start a new life, and it's like, well, I didn't want to start a new life, It's,
Well, the important part of that is Don Draper's an asshole.
Yeah, that's
but a
true.
Cool asshole.
Well,
stylish asshole.
I just think I couldn't have thought of a better way to end a show. That was an awesome way of ending. It's kind of funny and kind of like fitting. And
Alien Attack would have been better.
But it was him just basically
like
embracing Don Draper and not worrying about who he used to be.
Oh, okay.
Or if he found a genie. That would have been cool.
And behind Gottschalk that's where my cousins live. There used to be a
Q Liar.
Huh?
The Q Liar.
Yeah.
Well, when you used to enter the city, it said the odds are with you, which I thought was funny. The odds. And right next to where my cousin
I don't
lived,
get
there's-
it.
Huh?
I don't get it.
Peculiar,
peculiar
odd.
is odd.
Yeah,
I
peculiar,
get it.
odd. The odds are with you. I thought it was kind of a funny, self-defecating. No,
Hi,
but
Wendy.
right at the corner there where my cousin's house was, there was his wrought iron arch, and it was Peculiar Cemetery. I made sure to take a picture of Peculiar Cemetery. Yeah, it's just
Somebody, as I was looking at that, somebody made a movie about Peculiar, Missouri.
who did?
Well, ain't that
It's
peculiar?
it's on YouTube. It's called Hometown Thriller, and
Ah,
it's based in Peculiar, Missouri.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to tell them about that if you remind me when I get, because I'm going.
I'm
there
sure
in a
everybody
month.
knows. Everybody there probably knows about it.
Yeah, I was telling about Wendy and Darren and I. Last Saturday we watched Labyrinth. She brought it, but we hadn't seen it before. So I thought that was.
Did you enjoy Tom Cruise?
That was Legend.
I don't think I've ever enjoyed Tom.
Oh, that was
Cruise.
Legend. Was that Legend?
Either.
yeah,
Yeah,
Labyrinth
that
was Bowie. And remember when Bowie's walking along a mantle or something like that, and then he walks over the edge of it and just flips over and starts walking the other way upside down. That's all I remember from the trailer of that movie.
That's the only reason they had him do that part is because he could
Yeah.
do stuff
Could
like
do
that.
that. Yeah, I saw the preview of it, and I remember seeing that Bowie was in a movie, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Bowie's in a movie. I didn't, all these years I'd heard about it, and I guess it was good. We enjoyed it. I think it was a little more, I guess, juvenile than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more of something for older teenage girls, like Charmed. I thought it would be a little more along that, like a little more dark fantasy.
Then if you watch Legend, it is as much as you underestimated or overestimated that whatever. Legend is the opposite. It's even darker.
Okay.
So if there's like a middle line, this is on one side of it and Legend's on the other side of it.
Yeah, it ended up being more like the Tony probably knows what I'm talking with the weird looking Terry Gilliam or Terry Jones puppets, that kind of thing.
Gilliam, yeah.
It was Terry Jones, this one that was directed by. So I don't know if Terry Gilliam had anything to do with it, but yeah, it was that. It was almost looked more like the Land of Make Believe in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, like what those puppets kind of looked like a little bit. It was interesting. I liked it. It was just different than I thought it would be. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. She said, Ratchet loved it. He was always quoting stuff from it. So glad we got to see it.
I think it was a Armageddon Deep Impact type thing where they both came out at the same time. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they were a year or two apart.
Which one? What?
Legend and Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah, because they came out Labyrinth came out in '86.
Yeah.
I remember a co-worker at Burger King when because I worked there at '87. She said that she watched Labyrinth and liked it. But she said she also saw something called Witchboard that she said was really scary. About a Ouija board or something. I always thought it was weird that this thing that's supposed to actually bring Satan into your house, this horrible thing, is brought to you by Parker Brothers. It's just always thought that was weird.
Yeah. Well, Parker Brothers doesn't do that anymore. Disney took over.
Oh, so now it's definitely satanic.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh. So, Steve, Star Trek.
That's funny. Star Trek. Well, I'd like to share what my story's about, but, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's about cats, forget it.
Curiosity killed the cat,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about a cat that commands the Enterprise.
Oh, good. No, because in Norse legends, Thor and Odin and all that, there's the goddess Freya, and she has a chariot. She rides around in a chariot, and it is pulled. The chariot is pulled by a team of cats.
Oh wow!
A team of cats.
Had to be a big team.
A team of cats. Well, all you got to do if you we got to stop her somehow. Yeah, just put some cardboard boxes by the road.
I used to live with Freya. She was obsessed with tennis balls.
A team of cats.
That's
I mean, it doesn't actually say how big the team of cats was. You know, it could have been 150 cats. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, but a team. Cats aren't team players generally.
Oh no, I think don't they have different? It's not a herd of cats. It's probably an indifference of cats.
Well, it's kitten with kittens. It's a caboodle. It's a kitten caboodle.
Oh, okay.
With adult cats, it's a clouder.
Is it? I like mine better.
Oh.
I like crows though. A group of crows.
I was wondering why it was.
If there's only two crows, then it's just attempted murder.
Yeah. Or ravens are an unkindness of ravens.
Ah.
I never figured out why it was a school of fish. They never went to school.
I tried.
How do you know that?
Yeah, that's true. It depends on the fish.
Hillary was always talking about. Oh, there's a little girl who just wants to go to school. You know, she would never say a little boy who wants to go to school, because none of us here ever met a little boy who wanted to go to school.
No.
True.
My funniest thing I heard, speaking of school and doctors and stuff like that, wasn't it Whoopi Goldberg on The View who said that Jill Biden would make an excellent Surgeon General because she's a doctor? And it was like,
she is exactly the same kind of doctor that Bill Cosby is.
Oh yeah.
Honorary?
He has an EDD. No, it's a doctor of education.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the easiest degree to get, isn't it? She said she wanted it just so people would address her as doctor.
Yeah. Because if you watch the Cosby Show in the 80s, with all the little kids who died, it was written by Dr. William H. Cosby, EDD.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think they.
I made it.
The little tiny one's still around, but all the other ones all died.
Did you?
Midget?
What's that?
Did you get a master's degree?
Yes, I do.
Did you get a bachelor's degree?
Yes.
Oh, the whole thing, huh?
Well, they don't.
It's kind of hard to get a master's without the bachelor's.
That's why I asked.
Masters in debating.
Yeah, he's a master debater, all right.
And right now, neither one of them are doing me any good. Zero.
Well, no, of course they're not supposed to. They're just. I spent 10 years trying to get a mechanical engineering degree, and I should have given up after the first two. Wasted so much time and money.
Should have been a programmer, because if I want to be pretentious, I can call myself a software engineer.
Yeah.
Although I
worked
for
be a sanitation engineer.
I worked for CH2M Hill for a while, which is a big engineering company.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't refer to us as engineers. They referred to us as software developers, because half the company was real engineers.
Yeah.
Wasn't Florence on the Jefferson? She called herself, at least in one episode, a household technician.
Yeah.
I had heard master's degree actually hurts you because it employers assume you're overqualified.
They do. Trust me.
Oh, master's degree? Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
doctor, I guess if we
had stayed in this house, because this is Los Altos Hills, this place turned into Silicon Valley.
Is that house still standing?
It's heavily remodeled. It's now worth supposedly $4.4 million.
Wow.
But
like
that was Silicon Valley before it was Silicon Valley. So after we left, it turned into Silicon Valley. So if we hadn't moved, I'd probably be a multimillionaire by now.
So,
and we wouldn't know you.
Yeah,
That must be
better things to do.
That must be where they get the silicon for breast implants in.
Yes,
Silicon Valley appeared suspiciously right after Area 51 was built.
Oh. I got a
That's
message
St.
just
Francis.
came. A message just came in for Timmy. By the way, here it is. See if I can find it again.
Timmy, if you don't like AI, well, we don't like you either.
There we go.
I guess that's fair.
Is narcolepsy when you tell on people out of reflex?
No, that's when you fall asleep for no reason.
That's bitches get or snitches get stitches epilepsy.
That's my mom, and that's the Jaguar.
Timmy, if you
Nice. Back
Well,
when Jags were cool.
I made some nice photos of everybody this past week.
Did you? Me too.
Yeah. You just
Oh.
didn't see
Yeah,
it
you
on
made
the...
me look like Brian Jones.
In AI, you did that in AI.
Well,
Of course.
it's if you go to the film projects, I upgraded you from a red shirt to an admiral.
Oh, good. I'm
there
moving
you
up
go.
in the world. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The Alan Parsons
Tony's got a
Project.
picture of young me up there for some reason.
Yeah.
The Alan Parsons Project.
He was kind of a scary looking dude back in. Looks like a mugshot on a
I mean-
post office.
Not
I mean,
nice,
Tony,
Steve. We're just saying that he looks like Darren.
Oh, is that what Darren looked like back in the day?
Yeah, he
Rough-
looks like Alan
roughly.
Parsons looks like now.
So I wonder if Alan Parsons knows he looks like William Riker.
Oh. Yeah. You,
Is that William
That's
Riker
another
before
view.
he joined Starfleet?
yeah, can you do the Darren?
That's
Can you do the
the
Riker
well
maneuver?
and pump room there.
Pump
Can I
room?
can I do the what?
The Riker maneuver.
You jump over the chair.
Yeah.
It's been so
Three
long
times
since I've
over
seen.
Not on YouTube. I can't.
Yeah, that's in my dad's little workshop there. And those two cars add up to the same size engine that my Miata had, if you add them together.
That's funny.
Miata.
And the one with the temporary plate on it, that's a brand new 1966. It blew up in 69, and my dad bought a Datsun. Brand new
Oh, the
car lasted
Datsun.
3 years.
What size engine did your Miata have?
The Miata's a 2-liter, and that one was a 1-liter, and the Morris over there is a 1-liter.
Those 2 liters were good because they were made of plastic and they could bounce
Yeah,
if you dropped them.
Yeah, it's great. But the one with the temporary plate, the one that's right next to my head, that one had the ignition key. The positions on the key were in German and English, and so when you turned it all the way, it was fart start. FAHRT,
Well, I need to. You got to do what you got to do.
and it fart started, and so it didn't anymore. And so my dad bought the Datsun 510 that I later on learned how to drive in.
Is that a manual or automatic?
Manual.
I guess back then they didn't have automatic. I guess.
Oh, they
Well,
They
did,
had
but you don't
automatics,
want,
but
you don't want
oh.
a German car with an automatic from the 70s. Believe me, I know from experience.
see, I know the difference between automatic and manual. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's good.
I'm impressed, Steve.
But,
I know something. I know a
no,
little
there's
bit
a
of car
story
talk.
behind that. There's a story behind that, and if you give me 1 second, the story of that is the previous picture. I got to scroll around. There we go. That is a 1952, I think, Jaguar Mark 7, in the foreground. That was the first. I think it was the first English car that was available with an automatic, and that one had the automatic. And it was a Borg Warner automatic that was actually made in England by Borg Warner's subsidiary. It gave absolutely nothing but trouble, which is always slipping, always acting up, and finally just crapped out for good. My dad would not buy another automatic the rest of his life.
But I think a lot of it had to do with it just being a Jaguar. I've never heard anything good about the mechanics of those things.
Maybe it was just a piece of.
The E-types. E-types were. Well, I don't know how reliable they were, but they were.
They were. Well, the problem with the E-Type in particular was it was kind of the styling kind of got in the way of the engineering because the grill opening in the front was too small.
Oh yeah. Well,
Just
you got to
couldn't
be
get enough
driving at
air.
160 miles an hour.
Yeah, you
They
just couldn't get
widened
enough
it
air
in
through it to
'69
keep
a
it
little
cool.
bit, and then in
Yeah, they made the
71
mouth
they-
bigger. Then the V12, because Art, my late former boss, had a V12, the E-Type, and it had a much bigger grill.
Yeah, in '71 they widened them even more. But one of my avatars is an E-Type, and you've seen it, but you know the one I used a lot with the different colors.
Mm-hmm.
But I made a new one that's stock,
Oh.
and it's almost a whole different design. Because the other one's more exaggerated, like a Hot Wheels version. This one is
Right.
like more of a stock version. And I made them, and maybe one of these weeks I'll do it. And I did. The bus is up. It's up in queue. That's shot. I will do it. I've got to do it. I've got to do all these before, because I'm just doing a 30-day. I've only paid for 30 days for this program to where I can make all this stuff. So I got to do it all.
And despite what Fonzie says, that's a 54 Chevrolet.
Oh,
If Fonzie was an idiot,
Yeah.
total
He'll kick your
poser.
ass. He'll kick your ass.
Tom Hanks kicked his ass in
Yeah, I
Happy
was gonna
Days.
say
And when
that.
that happened, I was done with Fonzie, I was done with Happy Days, and done with Tom Hanks.
Loser.
Serious.
He couldn't even ride a motorcycle. At least the Paunch thing, Hector Flapdoodle, whatever his name was. At least he could ride the damn bike.
How did you get it off?
huh?
Eric Estrada could at least
Eric
ride a
Estrada, yeah.
motorcycle.
At least he could actually ride the damn bike.
When I first saw
Although
him, kind of met him, he was on a chopper, so I knew
Yeah.
firsthand he was riding a motorcycle. But
Could Larry Wilcox drive it at all, or is?
he couldn't.
Probably.
He couldn't even feed himself.
I don't think I'd like to meet Larry Wilcox. He looks like a.
I tried to friend him on Facebook. Not only did he not accept my request, but everything he posted was TDS shit.
No,
Oh yeah.
they're
We can
all
go see him at the
like that.
Fanboy Expo next month.
That would be.
It's
Not
next
bad.
month?
They
Where is
named
that
an
at?
expo after me.
Shit, I'm going to Missouri next month. I hope. Shit, I thought it was in
Or is it?
August
Or
or
is
something.
it? Maybe it's August.
Where is
I
the
hope
fan
so.
expo at?
Orlando.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's fan
Oh, my tunic, my leather tunic's supposed to come here within like about a week from now.
Because that's about the
Yeah.
time the Tampa Comic Con is going to be here, and Holly Marie Combs from Charmed, my crush, is going to be there.
August 28th and 30th. Sorry, I was wrong.
Oh,
Don't scare me like that.
Why are you
But
going to go
they keep
to?
Of course.
They-
You always
they
go.
keep adding guests though too. The list keeps getting bigger.
Figured it would.
They
Kate-
actually
Kate-
get somebody on there I've heard of.
Kate
Dude, you heard
Mulgrew's on
heard
there.
of like all sorts of them the last time we went, or the first time.
Randy Quaid's going to be there.
You
Kate
say Kate
Mulgrew.
Mulgrew's going to be there?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I got to
first
go.
one, the first one we went to had the Wonka kids. It had Vicki Lawrence. It had Joyce DeWitt, Barbara Eden.
Then Delta Burke's going to be there. John
Christy Nickel
Ratzenberger.
was there. All sorts of people were there. It was cool.
John Ratzenberger's going to be there.
I never heard of
Still
him.
alive. He was on Cheers. He was.
Lita Ford's going to be there.
I've
Todd
heard of her. I don't
Bridges.
know much about her.
Oh my God! Hey, I got to go. Kate Mulgrew's going to be there.
All right.
All these now, you're all saying names I don't know. When you,
Captain
Kate
Janeway.
Mulgrew was captain from the Voyager series.
Yeah.
And
Heather
you got
Locklear's
some kind
gonna
of
be
weird
there.
black thing growing on the back of your head.
Huh?
You get some
Yeah,
weird.
there's like a black thing on
Could
the
be a
back of your
spider.
head.
Me?
Could be.
Yes,
the other
you.
18 idiots. Well, that's not the back, is it? The
Oh,
other
yeah.
back. The other back of your head.
What about it?
Stevie got back.
Steve
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I saw it earlier and I was like, okay.
What, on the back of my head?
Yes.
A spot?
Yes.
Yes, there's a black spot on the back of your head.
Oh yeah, that's why I wear a hat all the time as a scar.
Oh. mhm.
When did you see it? Did I turn or something?
Yes, you did.
Today.
Oh, that's why I wear
Yeah,
a
you
hat.
were, you
Yeah,
were
we
turned to
talked
look
about
at
it
something, and I
before.
thought, "What the hell is that crawling on Steve's head?"
Oh, I thought you were talking about an artifact.
No.
You know,
And when did you see
Is
that?
it- A little while ago.
A minute ago, yeah. Because you
when
turned
you
to
were
look at
you're
something.
licking your balls and you,
Yeah.
oh, that's
And then they are-
disgusting.
And then the
All right.
Fanboy Expo is having a Chips reunion. They're having Eric Estrada, Larry Wilcox, and Robert Pine are all going to be there.
I'd like to see Robert Pine. I don't really have, like I told you my opinion about Larry Wilcox, and I already got Eric Estrada's. He already got my money, but it would be cool to see him again. He seemed a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. They're not going to
I
get
really
Bruce
want
Jenner on, are they?
to try out one of the new costumes since I've totally done the new Gator head, and so I don't know. Might just look at see if they got hotel rooms there or not. I don't know. I don't like putting
Heather
myself through
Locklear,
that. Do what?
Oh, boy.
Heather Locklear, and
Hey, Heather
Daphne
Locklear.
Zunga is going to be there.
I've already
Yeah,
met
she's
her.
she's almost as old as I am, but I bet she's still looking pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say we're like 50 years too late for that. So anyway, since it's named Fat Boy Expo, do you think I'll get in for free?
Fat Boy. Oh, wow. Jim J. Bullock. He's still around. Jeez.
There actually is a Fat Con in Seattle. I just saw
Yeah,
something
there
about
you
it today.
Well,
my
Harley
gosh.
makes a fat boy, but they're $20,000. So I don't know.
Well, I want to be the only fat person there, though. If everybody's fat, then what's
Oh, I'm fat. I
Well,
know.
everybody is. I mean, you remember like the George Harrison song, "Fat, Fat, when we was fat."
There's a rock story for you. So, George wanted to make a song that sounded like the Beatles, and he didn't really know how to do it. So, he said that he used to listen to ELO was on the radio, and he said it would piss him off because they sounded so much like the Beatles, but he was also kind of intrigued by it and fascinated by it. So he was like, well, maybe I should get the leader of ELO and see if he could help me make a Beatles song. So he called Jeff Lynne, and Jeff invited him to dinner or something. And they were at this long table, and Jeff and him were just at opposite ends of the table, and we're just looking. They didn't know, either one of them didn't know what to say, so they were just like silent the whole time. But it ended up being great. You know, they came up with When We Was Fat, and it sounded very Beatles-ish. But and that started that. Then the Wilburys happened, and all that. He ended up like producing his Full Moon Fever, or that's Tom Petty. All the same difference. Cloud Nine. But yeah, but it changed Jeff forever. All of his Beatles and ELO stuff went out the window, and he was like replaced by Wilbury Jeff, unfortunately.
Yeah. That was a bad luck group. They all died except for
Tom Petty.
Except for
Jeff.
Zimmerman, Bob Dylan.
Oh, Bob Dylan. Well, Jeff, and I don't want to jinx him. We're pretty good at jinxing people. I definitely don't want to jinx Jeff Lynne. I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's basically my childhood and teenage years favorite band, so.
He's got somniferous almond eyes, like an alien. His eyes are like a gray alien. That's why he always wears sunglasses.
He's got the Tim Curry fisheye thing. The Tim Curry eyes. So that's why I think he always wore the glasses. He's self-conscious about it.
Never noticed Tim Curry's eyes.
He kind of got the fisheye thing.
On the side, like on the side of his head.
No, just kind of, they kind of bulge out like a Steve Kashimi or whatever a little bit.
Graves' disease eyes.
A little bit. I don't know if he had Graves' disease, but both him and Jeff kind of had that. The eyes were kind of
Curry would be
out
fun to meet, but he's in kind of pretty bad shape right now, unfortunately.
Oh, Tim Curry, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's probably in England.
Is he? Is he English?
They make things to get to places. I don't have one myself, but I've heard that they make things.
They had a plane, the Concorde, but they killed it.
No, they stuck it on an aircraft carrier for no reason.
Did they?
Yeah. One up. Yeah, the USS Intrepid in New York, they have it. It's basically an air museum on the carrier, but it's got all these airplanes that would never work on a carrier, including one of the Concords. It just looks
The
stupid. You got
Concorde
an
trying to
aircraft carrier with a Concorde sitting on it.
That's my problem with Speed, that movie. Well, I hated the movie, but that's one of my problems. Is I wouldn't have been surprised at all if they like landed a Concorde on an aircraft carrier in that movie. It was so convoluted. Everything about that stupid movie. I saw it once and definitely wasn't impressed.
You didn't like a movie?
Imagine that.
I remember I saw it, but I just remember that I saw it. That's as deep as the memories go.
I just remember I don't think I liked a single minute of it. I don't know if I was gone. Wendy said I was 12 when Labyrinth was released. And at the time, I thought the main character was right, but as an adult, I realized that she was a brat. Isn't that funny? You know, you can identify with a character when you have the same traits because you're the same age.
She was basically Don Draper.
Oh, really?
Exactly. It was ripping. That whole movie ripped off Mad Men.
Well, Mad Men was made in the 60s, wasn't it?
Yep.
Although
Remember Pink
there's one
Floyd?
episode of Mad Men you ought to see because he comes out to California to meet basically the widow of the guy whose identity he stole. And when he's out in L.A., he rents like a '66 Imperial, red convertible Imperial, which is the coolest car on the whole show.
There was one, they were in cars at some point, but it didn't have anything to do with it. My favorite scene from that whole series is Don Draper and his wife get divorced, and the wife remarries another guy, and Don Draper's dating some woman, and they're in a restaurant, and his ex-wife and her new husband come in, and the ex-wife kind of starts a whole spat and yells at him and blah, blah, blah. You know, it just goes south. So it shows her and her new husband driving home. And he says, you know, my ex-wife and I have kids and we just talk things over and we don't have to behave like that. And she says, well, aren't you an angel? He said, no, I'm an adult.
Funny.
I love that line.
It's a good line.
And then the host on it, the funniest thing, because they had, Richard Harris, the guy who sang MacArthur Park, his son was on the show for a while. And for some reason, their ad company gets a contract for Jaguar. And so he gets or his wife buys him a Jaguar XKE. And so because of that, he wants to kill himself. So you see him in his building's garage, and he's running a hose from the exhaust pipe of the XKE through the window and all that. And then he gets in the car, sits down, puts the key in, and of course the damn thing won't start.
Of course. I don't know if I told you, Tony, at that airport car show we went to a month or two ago, or a few months ago, a guy next to me, he had a Triumph Spitfire with a 350 V8. You hear that, Darren?
It's like a Tetris, the inside, the engine's bigger than...
It looked like a Hot Wheels. There was like the front end of it and then like an open place for the engine and then the rest of the car.
Well, there was that first car show we went to, there was a Miata with two V8s.
I remember that. That was cool looking. I don't know how they work. It seems like they'd work against each other or something. But that Triumph, though.
Well, one of them was
I asked him about
backwards.
it. Yeah, well, I asked him about it. It's definitely more reliable than probably a stock Triumph because the engine. But he said the problem is the crew. It doesn't go very fast because the rest of the car can't keep up with the engine. It just
And you have
car. You what?
Go ahead.
You might remember what he said more than I did.
No, I didn't hear.
I think it's the same thing we talked about because I think I might have even told him about that was like the Bionic Man. Yeah, he had a bionic foot and stuff, but what the rest of his joints aren't going to be able to take that RPM, that the bionic leg is. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And that was kind of how we were describing his car. He's like, I don't think he can even go 50 in it because.
And the worst part of it is it cost him a fortune in buying aftermarket Lucas wire smoke.
Oh,
to make it authentic.
Yeah.
No, one of my favorite twin-engine ones was somebody took a old Toronado, like a '66 Toronado, and those are front-wheel drive. So he just got a whole nother engine and transaxle and put it in the back. So it was 4-wheel drive and 2 engines, and all it would do was smoke its tires. But it was fun anyway. It would just smoke its tires the entire drag strip, just all the way down.
My motorhome had that drivetrain. It would have benefited from a second engine, especially in the mountains. Especially anywhere, because when one of them broke down, I would still have an engine.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
And I had the solenoid went out, or I think it was, or the starter, something went out. So like halfway we're driving it to Florida, and halfway there it was all breaking down and wouldn't start. So I had to open up the engine console and get in there and short it a screwdriver across the 2 solenoid pins, or I had to actually run a hot wire to it. And then I did that, and then I shorted it and started it. And Nathan said, "That's just like you're hot wiring it." I said, "It's exactly like I'm hot wiring it."
I remember that I had a 71 Galaxy and the ignition switch went out on it. And I'd be at a gas station and I'd open up the hood and I had a roofing hammer and I would just I would start it by putting it on the solenoid. And I remember one guy saw me, he's like, "Wow, I didn't know you could do that." And I got to thinking, there was another time, same car, going home from work on Beach Boulevard, and I remember on Old Beach, and there was an accident in front of me that it had happened before I got there, but a car had ended up underneath another car, like, the back end of the other car was on top of the other.
They're making baby cars?
Kind of like that, yeah, it looked like they were humping. So we were stopping, and all of a sudden, my car sputters out. Big surprise. So I pulled into the median, and the cop who was taking care of that accident, he comes up to me, and I was like, he's like, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, my car broke down." It's like, "Has anybody hurt?" He's like, "No, it's just a fender bender." And I opened up the hood, and I'm looking, I'm like, I bet it's a distributor. And I go into my trunk, I had a distributor cap in a cardboard box, still brand new, and I pulled it out and replaced it and started right up. And he's like, "How did you do that? How did you know? What did you have?" It's like
was it
Boy
raining?
Scouts always prepared.
Was it raining?
No, but it was wet. Evidently, I don't remember how it was getting wet, but right as the Florida humid. I don't remember. I just do remember I had that distributor cap brand new in the box, and it fired right up.
I remember that was semi-regular. Going through a big puddle and your car dies. You take off that distributor, spray in WD-40, put it back on, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
because that's the actual use for WD-40, because the WD stands for water displacer.
Right, and it happens to be kind of slippery, so most people use it as a lubricant, but it's not the best.
People use it as a penetrant for like rusty nuts and bolts and stuff, but it doesn't really work that well. Liquid wrench is
they
much
use
better.
it for anal lube sometimes. That mechanics do.
Yes, Steve.
So you got lightning there. Can you like take your thing
watch?
To it?
Yeah, we're getting quite the lightning show.
Hey, I got shot. Give us something from a book or a round robin. Gotshot really enjoyed he really enjoyed your chat yesterday, Steve.
Who did that?
The slum district was once a neighborhood of lower and middle class dwellings. Since the town people of Flan retook the section of the city known as civilized Flan, some slums have become a buffer zone between the evil forces that inhabit the rest of the city and the new settlers. True or false?
True, because there are evil forces everywhere.
Yeah, I say true.
I say I have no clue.
That's true. True.
I was going to say that.
So there was a Commodore 64 game called Pool of Radiance back in
I remember that one. Yeah.
90. That's
Yeah.
the one I'm redoing. Except
Cool.
for it looks like it's
That was,
just
that was like one of the first
tabletop.
D&D games, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We both had it.
Yeah.
So one day Darren's going to show us Redenbacher, that movie.
I actually remember the first D&D video game, which was on the Atari 600, and you kept getting chased by a big duck.
Was it D&D? Or no, that
Yeah.
was.
Duck and
Oh,
Duck,
I remember.
yeah.
I remember the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark game, and it was just the tsetse flies. And you
Yeah.
like have a big brown screen, and there's like 3 little flies chasing you around. That wasn't a very good game.
I'll tell you the game I enjoyed the most on the Atari 2600, but you cannot find it even in the reissues. Remember Yar's Revenge?
The name sounds familiar. I don't know if I ever played it.
I like that game.
I don't know if
I actually had the stupid ET game.
Really? That's got to be worth
Yeah.
$1 billion by now.
Stupid E.T.
Or not.
Hated E.T. I liked
That was
Activision's-
like famous for being the worst game ever, video game.
Didn't
And
they
they-
bury like 1 million copies of it out in the desert somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I think that there are like 3 games that come to mind for Atari I really liked. One was Barnstorming. There was another I really liked. I liked Robot Tank. I liked. I think my favorite was Pitfall.
Pitfall was a good one.
Where you go
Yeah,
running
Pitfall
through the
was good.
jungle and have to avoid tar pits, and you end up going down into a cave and have to fight a scorpion or make sure you don't hit the scorpion. It was a fun game. They were so simple, weren't they?
Yeah, what was it? The Empire Strikes Back one where you just flew around on a snow speeder shooting AT-ATs all night long?
Missile Command was fun. Yeah, my mom, she was addicted to Space Invaders.
Who wasn't? Space Invaders is badass.
It was okay. Jink, 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 jink. My mom,
Space Invaders.
She said she played it half the night when we were at Grandma's house or something. When Mom was by herself, she was playing Space Invaders. She ended up loving. Later in life, she loved the slot machine games, the video games.
Who does? Yeah, my mom goes and plays the real ones.
Well, they did too, but my mom loved the fake ones.
If I don't change my ways, I'm gonna go to a casino after I die.
Oh yeah, I don't want that.
Nice hat, Steve.
I think at the Ameristar Casino in Blackhawk, the weirdest thing. They had these, when you went up like the escalators or whatever, there was this big mural of a woman that looked exactly like my mom's best friend back in the 80s named Becky, the one that Rob Van Geis is based after. This perfect image of her, it seemed like. And then I don't know if they replaced her, but they had a perfect image of my mom's then best friend Laverne, the one that was Leon Wilkinson's sister-in-law from Skinner, the bass player Skinner's sister-in-law. But it looked just like Laverne. It's just funny. It's like, why are your friends, Mom, on these murals? Because we all laughed at it because they were perfect images of them. It was like scary looking perfect. It was fun. I don't know what it was. A memory.
So in Blackhawk, there's a place called the Lodge Casino, and that's where Grandma liked going. Is that where your thermos is from? It has the distinction of being the only buffet I've ever eaten at that had delicious food.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And the lodge was actually in Central City.
Was it?
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's where the Flash hung out.
Mm-hmm.
An interesting thing is Blackhawk. The Ameristar is a skyscraper, so it's just like a skyscraper in the middle of the mountains. It's pretty weird. We used to go to Blackhawk and Central. They were twin towns, little towns that were just on a road that went into the mountains, and it was full of these like saloon type place. It was like a, what do you call it? It was like, is a Western, not the Western town the Pet Shop Boys were talking about, but it was like a, you know, all the different facades and the buildings, but it was genuine. I mean, that place was probably from the 1800s. It was, Steve. Just
You need
remember,
to
Steve.
Spray your bridge. Water.
That's cool looking, Steve. But do you know what I did find out from last week is that stuff doesn't show up on YouTube.
That was what I look like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna look like an idiot.
That's funny.
It looked good, Steve. I wish we could.
Yeah, I wonder why it doesn't show up.
If you ever want to do something like that, I'll try to do a screen capture on my computer, and we'll try it that way. I don't know why it doesn't show up on YouTube, but yeah, the place was neat, and I used to like to go there when I was a little kid because there was this one store where I would get these little tin cars, the little taxis and police cars, and they were all made of tin, and they were little, and I guess they were about 30-second scale. Tony probably knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Used to love getting those, and so Central City didn't really get the casinos, but Blackhawk got them. And that was the first town you went into was Blackhawk, and it's a neat place.
It was neater before the casinos.
Of course it was. Casinos ruin everything. But there are these giant rocks when you first go into Blackhawk on each side of the road, like big, like almost like red rocks, like pedestals. And I had a dream once where, because I was living in Florida, I had a dream that I bought a house on top of one of those, and I thought my grandma would be so excited that I not only lived in Colorado now, but that I lived in Blackhawk and had a house right there, and all she said is, "Oh, that's dangerous. What if, you know?" And I told my mom that, and she just laughed because she says that's exactly what she would have said. I didn't know that Big Thompson had another flash flood in the 2013.
Yeah, but nowhere like the one in 1970.
76, yeah.
76, yeah.
I just saw a special on that. That was so tragic. That was right after we moved to Colorado.
It wasn't our fault, though.
It wasn't our fault.
Or at least we can't prove it.
Post hoc, ergo proctor hoc.
Yeah.
After the fact, therefore, because of the fact.
Just because something happened before something else doesn't mean that something caused something else.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But yeah, look it up as an interesting. It had like in 20 minutes, it had like a year's supply of rain and thunder, and it just caused this like 25-foot tall wave that went through the canyon, and it just wiped out all the houses and the roads, and it was terrible. It killed like 120 people or something.
It flooded again in the early 2012, 2013.
2013.
It flooded Greeley and Fort Collins and Evans and shut down.
But when you take the road to like Estes Park, you'll like pass by it, and you could see the boulders that from the first flood that are
my favorite place in the world's up that canyon. So
what?
Who doesn't like the damn store?
Well, there's another damn store there in Lawrence at the lake. I forget what that's called, but that's clever now. There's probably just several places called the damn store.
There's a place called. I used to laugh. It was near Lakeside and Elitch's, going into Denver from I-70, and there was this mid-century kind of place with the sign. It was called It'll Do. Did you ever eat there, Gutshot?
I don't know.
I mean, it looked like probably like a Waffle House or something. It was called It'll Do.
It was on the north side of the interstate.
Yep.
I was gonna
Federal.
I was gonna open a store called like Slap and Grab or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, Steve, there's a song called Steve, there's a song called Waffle House that you gotta get. Waffle House.
I always wanted to open up a hot dog stand called Bite This.
That'd be good.
There's also a place called Huddle House, which is the same thing.
Oh yeah, they were good. I like them better than Waffle House.
Well, I
We
went
got
to
two or
one-
three of them here in Ocala.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got one
went to-
across the street here.
They got a Huddle House
really?
up there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I only
Wow.
went to one, and it was in Oxford, Alabama, or Anniston, and my coworkers and I went there, and that redneck guy, Stedham, he ordered something. He ordered some fried okra, and the thing is that place is so expensive, and the portions are so small.
Huddle House?
Yeah, Huddle House, and they.
Really?
Yeah, so I ordered my little hamburger. It was little and expensive, but it was good. And the waitress had a barbecue sauce in her pocket, and that was pretty good.
Is that a
But
burger?
Barbecue sauce in your pocket. Are you glad to see me? Good.
yeah, well, anyway, he got his I quote meal. He had these tiny. They were smaller than little. They were like miniature popcorn chicken, but that was his fried okra, and there were like 4 or 5 of them. That was this whole thing. And I looked at him and said, "You think you can be able to finish that?" He was so pissed. We never heard the end of it.
I never.
You said but you said the portions were small and expensive. You sure you
Very
didn't actually?
expensive.
I say you sure you didn't accidentally go into the restaurant next door?
Yeah, because Huddle House used to give you pretty good size last
was
time.
Huddle
I
I'd
was
say
House.
Huddle House is like
rip-off house.
Huddle House is like Waffle House, man. It's
Yeah.
Rip-off.
Maybe you went to Hubble House.
Yeah.
yeah.
And all that everybody knows there, the food there is just pure.
Oh, Anniston and Oxford, Alabama had some good restaurants. Oh my gosh, they had some good ones. Lucky. That was a Chinese
The only thing-
buffet place. Lucky something. That was really good.
The only thing I remember about Anniston when I lived there was they had just opened up that Museum of Natural History, a little teeny museum, but they had like dinosaur bones in there.
Oh,
Ah,
I wonder if that was
or
after
what they
we
tell
moved-
you are
I moved
dinosaur
away.
bones.
I also wanted to open up a truck stop once called Shit and Spit.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Lizards.
Oh, this is just true story. Vicky and I always joked about us opening our own restaurant, and we would combine our names to make the name. And we said we're going to call it Stickies.
I
Hi,
just remember
welcome to-
Steve was disappointed one time. I said, "What's the matter?" He said he went to Love's and it was false advertising.
I know those bitches.
Well, Steve, no, Steve, I'm going to correct you. You didn't ask for the right back room.
those just thirties. I don't know what it is.
Same thing with Pilot too. You got to ask for the right back room.
I was looking for a pilot. Ah,
When I was younger, I don't know why I really liked listening to Berlin, but they were so sleazy. But it wasn't sleazy like a.
There was that one song, "Sex
Well, what you say? Every song they did was that.
Masquerade."
well, they're talking
Yes,
about
every
something
masquerade. Listen to lyrics on every one of their songs. Every one of their songs is about hardcore sex. Every single song.
that
and-
one.
Is
That
there
one is.
your kind of sex?
What?
He must have
Pleasure
heard.
victim.
He must.
You're the passion in me.
He must have heard. He must have listened to Berlin in that Huddle House he ate at.
Well, what I want to know is who is Ima? Or having one song sex with Ima. Who's sex?
Whatever you want Ima to be is what the song was about, Steve.
Because I knew a girl once. Her last name was Hogg. Her first name was Ima.
Yeah,
There
sure
you go. Well, see, when I was going with it
Okay.
is I would get bored on my trips, like going through Georgia, from Missouri,
Not you.
and listening to Berlin, and I'd be just like, what if there was just one town? It was, or not even a town, but you remember how south of the border in South Carolina, how there was that one little town that was just made for the roadside.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that would be interesting if you're going like I-75 and there's this pink overpass that goes over the highway and you take that one and it's just like it's just got this big complex of sex, and it's just like I was thinking of Berlin and it's just full of these pink fluffy things and water beds and I don't know, it was just interesting.
So-
Not like I was craving it, but I was just listening to Berlin. That'd be cool if there was just this like one place
Hey,
in
call
stop
it-
that had the pink overpass.
Call it Sex Ima, Florida.
Speaking
Yeah,
of, you know,
I think it figured to be more like Georgia, but
Okay.
speaking
Sex
of 80s
Island.
bands and sex, I remember seeing an interview with the Go-Go's one time, many years ago. And they said back in our club days before we made it big, each one of us would go home with a different guy every night. And I was like, where the hell was I at when this shit was going on? You
Yeah.
know, it's like-
Yeah,
Well,
really.
see, everything
Most
happens in
nights you're
California
in,
with
you're
that.
in.
That's where Tony. That's why Tony got lucky all the time with like the Go-Go's and stuff.
I haven't ever gotten lucky.
you work with Lauren.
Well, to be fair, I think Belinda Carlisle and them they had cooties. I don't think you'd have wanted,
I don't. You know, back in those days, I wouldn't have cared.
I got lucky. I got one. I got lucky one night on the road, but she just wouldn't shut up all night long. It was, jeez. I'm like, shut up. Put a sock in it or
It's like
something.
I got lucky on one night on the road, but he kept saying "motherfucker."
Jesus, you guys are about to hear that. That was a big old flash of lightning.
You must have had your noise canceller on the.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, you got lightning up. I
So
wonder.
it's a long
Oh
way
yeah,
away.
we got a nasty ass thunderstorm going on right now.
Wonder.
It's a pretty long way away then if you're seeing it long before you hear it.
Well, that was a
Yeah.
pretty bright flash.
I showed Lewis and Vedesco that video I took of the tree limb falling a couple days ago. They're rainy season. They just get a lot of rain, but they don't really get the cool stuff like the lightning and thunder and stuff.
Oh, I'm looking at the map. Wow, you are getting hammered now. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, Timmy, there's a real nasty thunderstorm just to the south of you.
Oh yeah, Timmy, you're about to get blasted.
We got all your
Storms don't
bicycles
come from the
start
south up here. They come from like the northwest.
Yeah. Oh, there's a line of red and yellow coming your way.
Yeah, there's a line of red and yellow that's over like McClinney.
Well, is it headed my way or is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming straight.
Right to Fernandina
East.
Beach.
Well, why did you send me that?
Mm-hmm.
Then you what?
Sent
Well-
me that storm
So we just wanted to let you know how much we care about you.
threw it my way. It's like blowing a kiss, blowing a storm.
It's,
You think
it's
they did
going
that
through-
in like the Jupiter? What was it like the Odyssey? The Greek things, like blow someone a storm, like blowing them a kiss.
Yeah. That was a Serena song for which I'm gonna blow you a kiss. And she Tony with the comma thing where she sings, "We're gonna blow you a kiss." Well, at least she didn't say, "I'm gonna blow you, comma a kiss."
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. Yeah, it's just a bunch of.
That's the one with the, because good old shooting guy died in jail. Phil Spector. He was on Bewitched and on the other one, Be Genied.
No, Bigini. I like that Bigini.
Wasn't he a congressman or a senator?
Phil Spector.
No, you're thinking of Arlen Spector.
He was a radio
Phil
or a
Spector
music
was
producer.
a music producer.
Yeah.
He would mix his songs so they would sound the best on a cheap transistor radio.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, that's what people had in their cars and on the beach and stuff.
Exactly. But if you try to listen to one of his productions on a really good stereo, it sounds like hammered shit.
Very analog, huh?
Oh, there's God's Chalk 10-inch penis.
Well,
penis pianist.
you remember
Or Darren's, I mean, sorry.
you remember some of Spector's songs produced. I think his first, one of his first big hits was, that one.
Yeah, that one. Well, there was
Steve,
Be My Little
Steve came to my
Baby and
house
Be My
and
Big
told me
Baby.
he was gay to do run, 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 to do run, run.
Oh.
And then he hit me. That one.
Yeah.
And he kicked me. And then he kicked me.
And he kicked me.
And the one with the righteous, you never close your eyes.
You never close your thighs.
Your thighs anymore. Kiss down there.
Kiss your lips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
He was, Phil
Hey,
Spector
girl,
was the
what you
shiznits in the
doing
early
down
60s.
What you doing down there?
Hey, twice on the pipe. that was already in a Precious Moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian Wilson was totally influenced by him. And there was one movie I really liked. It was called American Family, the Beach Boys. It was a miniseries on ABC in the 90s. It was really good. And he was such a huge Phil Spector fan. And when he went to the studio, he finally got to meet Phil Spector. And he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys." And he's like, "I've heard of you." And then he just goes on working again. He was very eccentric and gun happy. He had like a gun fetish.
Kind of just like,
I can wait.
yeah, one of those things.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he ended up going to prison for floofing a woman with his gun.
Shooting, yeah.
And I really
Is that what
think
Phil Spector was in jail for?
for floofing a woman with his gun, and I think it was a fetish thing.
I thought he was like a child, you know what? Or
No,
okay, I thought
he was one of the rare
No,
ones
but-
who wasn't.
But he was married to Ronnie Spector, just like Ronnie
Yeah.
said, being a little baby.
Yeah.
Well, he was married to her, and she was like a prisoner in her own, literally a prisoner in her own house, and he would keep adopting foreign kids to keep her there, like to have people to take care of. And finally, she breaking away from a prison, making an escape to get away from him.
Wow.
Same way Tina Turner did. So it was, kind of abusive.
Ronnie Spector
And
passed
yet
away not
both-
too long ago.
Yeah, she did. She actually, no, I think Eddie Money passed away before she did. Even
Yeah,
though
they had
she
a hit
was much
together.
older. Yeah, but the funny thing is, Ronnie Spector and Tina Turner both kept their married names, even though they were in marriages that they had to escape.
Yeah.
Well, probably because they were known publicly
Yeah,
by their names.
exactly.
And it was interesting, Eddie Money getting her to do that "Be My Little Baby" in that song, because they didn't know each other, and it was a really fun story about how he got her there. And I don't remember it, but it was a good story.
Well, also, it was a box office sleeper. I've talked about that movie, just one of the guys. Ronnie Spector did a song in there called "Be My Baby," and it's a little different, but it's really good. I like this song.
Yeah.
You know who else he used a lot of was Darlene Love of the
Darlene.
Crystals.
Yeah.
And she sang a lot for his Christmas album, A Christmas Gift to You from Phil Spector. I've got that CD, and it's like I've got several songs on my Christmas playlist. I played like 2 or 3 songs just on the Christmas Fun Hour from that album. It's a stellar album. Wonderful album. But it didn't do as good as it could because it was released right at like a day after the Kennedy assassination. So it was like people didn't want to. I don't know. I don't understand why. If there's a news story, then people can't live their life because of a news story. I mean, I understand people would be upset, but it's just like life goes on. You're not going to celebrate Christmas because the president floofied and a guy you've never even met. What?
That'd be more
You
like.
gotta read Wendy Lou's last message. Oh God, that's funny.
Dad used to joke about
People
opening a
have
taco
to
stand
that
in an
kind of-
art gallery and call it artsy fartsy.
But Steve,
Oh,
I got a stupid song of the week for you. Speaking of Phil Spector, he had a song called "Dance the Screw," and it was a song. He actually, it was him and I think the Ronettes or whatever the hell, or barely, because they were all one band really. It was just he would just flip a coin to which band name he'd put on.
Oh, here I do have it. "Let's Dance" by the Crystals.
Yeah, "Dance the Screw," and because he was in a contract that he was trying to get out of, and the contract required that he release one more record, and so that was the record. And he was a real asshole. But that could be your stupid song of the week.
I think Tony's punchline there is he was screwing the record company by making a purposely bad song.
Yeah,
It's in my morning show folder for tomorrow.
yeah.
So that's
There's
funny.
actually 2 parts because it was like a single and a side and B side was part 1.
Okay, this is only a minute 54.
Good.
Could you imagine if you're like in a band and your second album is the contractual obligation album? So it's just like you had one decent album and the next one is just going to be crap. I'm sure that's happened.
Oh,
I saw a movie about that with the Onighters.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah, I saw that at the theater once.
Oh,
Still haven't
That
seen
Thing You
that.
Do. That Thing You
Yeah.
Do was a great movie. I watched it.
I just don't like Tom Hanks. I don't like anything
No.
about him.
I don't watch a movie necessarily for the person.
I didn't watch it for anybody. But it's got that person in it that pisses me off.
Well, I don't like Tom Cruise, but I watched a few of his movies.
Well, I didn't consider it a Tom Hanks movie. It seemed like a fun movie about a '60s band, which is more up my alley. But it would have been better without him.
Well, because he wrote and directed it too. I hope he didn't. Yeah, that too.
What if he's listening or
You just
watching?
gotta come to the conclusion that
Tom
Tim
Hanks,
doesn't like anything.
if you're listening to this, we love you, and come in and defend yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's open game, open season
Right.
against you.
That's right.
Well, then people accuse Tom Hanks of a lot of stuff to try to distract attention away from people like Harvey Weinstein.
I heard that Clearwater is the hub of Scientology. Like the whole city is Scientology.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God, it's just horrible.
Really?
Oh.
I got
What's
a
it like,
T-shirt from there.
Steve? Tell us a little bit about that.
It's, the downtown Clearwater used to be a real bustling city with nightlife and bars and everything, and now it's like a ghost town because everything is all Scientology. Everything is bought up. Some places aren't even open; they're just bought up by Scientology, and it's just sickening.
Do you see? Is there like is the because you pick up people and stuff?
We don't get Scientologists in our Ubers.
I don't
Really?
think they need Scientologists anymore. They got so much money and they invested it all in real estate around the world. They don't actually need.
That's
to-
not even a religion. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
We got one up here too. So
I think what Darren was saying is it was like. What are you saying? It was like a money making kind of thing, and they don't need to make money with that anymore. They could do it with other stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, they still might recruit people, but
I work with a guy here in Ocala that was a Scientologist for about 3 years, and he said it was absolutely the worst experience of his life for 3 years.
How did he get out of it? They usually,
He said he literally just left. He just left.
I didn't think you could just leave. I thought you had
They
to.
got like a
They
torture camps and stuff for people.
Yeah. Oh.
well, that's what he said. He said they sent him to California, which is actually where the headquarters of Scientology is at,
Yeah.
somewhere in California. And he says that they had like a recruit class. They put them all in like these jumpsuits, and they fed them 3 meals a day. And he says all they did was go out and he said one of his things was he was in the celebrity nursery or something like that, and he had to change all the diapers of all the babies and take the garbage out and all this stuff. Actually, he said Scientology doesn't mind if you leave. You just cannot badmouth Scientology or they come after you.
So it's like a mafia or a mob type thing.
Pretty much.
But I don't know.
Well,
I've
yeah,
heard
one of-
stories of people who weren't, women who were trying to leave and they had to like escape in the trunk of a car or something. I've heard stories about that.
Yeah, it didn't like Tina Turner.
Now I've heard that about the Church of Latter-day Saints. That people had to escape. Under cover of darkness, and
Oh yeah.
sounded like they were escaping East Germany over the wall.
Yeah.
Trying to.
When you gotta, be held prisoner and try to escape, that's not a religion. That's a cult.
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
seen
we
all
had
these Scientologists walking up and down the street in Clearwater, and I'm like, oops, almost hit one. Not kidding.
Well, at least they don't eat at Skyline Chili. That's all I know. And Hooters, the original Hooters.
I hear they put mac and cheese and chili together and they don't even heat it up. They call it beef
that's just
O'Brady's.
wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, beef
Beef
what?
O'Brady could be meat Beef O'Brady's. Yeah.
could be. Yeah.
I don't know, but it's good. I haven't gone since I went with God's shop there.
The Skyline Chili, not the Beef O'Brady's.
Yeah. But
Yeah, they have a Church of Scientology here in Ocala too, because John Travolta lives in Ocala. So
Oh yeah.
you ever seen him in person anywhere?
nope. But I've talked to plenty of people who have, and they say he's a nice guy.
Well, it's sort of like around here. Everybody would always run into Hulk Hogan when he was still alive. My son even ran into him at a 7-Eleven once, so I never got to see him.
I know a person who shall remain nameless that was in the
Bob.
service industry,
Oh.
and waited on a lot of movie stars. And she said John Travolta was like one of the nicest guys. Always knew her name. Was just really nice. And then she said there's a woman whose name rhymes with chair. I won't mention the name, but she said you're not allowed to give eye contact to her.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I heard Barbara Streisand
I've heard that
is
about
the same way.
Gwyneth Paltrow too.
it didn't surprise me. It's like the more lefty they are, the more insane they are.
Well, it's kind of the point, is a chicken or an egg thing.
That's kind of why Cher wrote that.
Do you believe in stuff up your butt?
I'll be right back.
Now the problem is the Scientologists will probably find this show and will probably get a cease and desist letter. You know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm not under their, I'm not under their rule.
Because Scientology is kind of the same as Disney. Disney will find those obscure little things about, and then they'll send people. They sent my nephew a cease and desist letter.
Disney did?
Yes.
What was he doing?
They had actually created a Star Wars game in one of the game making websites,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that a couple of years ago, and and he said they were starting to get a lot of people joining up and stuff like that, and all of a sudden they got a cease and desist letter from Disney saying you were using copyrighted materials, names and stuff like that, and you need to cease and desist, using our.
Yeah, it's okay to do fan stuff, but if you start getting too big and too popular, then they put the low boom on you. That's why they got rid of. Oh, did you
That's
hear?
why we don't
moved,
have to worry.
Yeah, did you hear they moved that Star Trek set from Kingsland, Georgia, all the way to Sandusky, Ohio? It's not there in Georgia anymore.
Does it move around the country?
I don't know. Well, it's not supposed to, but I don't know. Their rent ran out or what. But you don't just pick that up like you're picking up a box,
They probably beamed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
there you go.
Well,
One
I
of them in
dicked around so
Ticonderoga
long.
is still there, though. I think, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty
The
sure. But
Elvis
it's still,
guy.
that's a long ways away. But I don't want to go to that. I want to go to the Vic Mignon one.
Mignonia, I think is this.
And I don't know. I'd like to go back. I dicked around too long and didn't go when it was here in Kingsland or up there in Kingsland.
That's the way it is, man. It's like for 50 years the big boy steam locomotive was right over here in Pomona, and I never went to see it. And they decided to get it running again, so they dragged it over to Utah or someplace. And now it's touring the country because they got it running, but it's never coming back here.
Yeah,
I almost considered going to see it as it was coming through Colorado a couple years ago.
What?
Big boy.
Yeah.
Is it like Circus Farkus?
Yeah, that was it. Exactly.
So I dicked around and missed Fable. That's the top of the
I fooled around
line.
and fell in love.
I'll be right back.
It's the top of the line AI, and they just released it. And it was part of my plan, so I was going to use it to burn a bunch of credits on Saturday night before I got new ones on Sunday morning. And the government already banned it. So it was only live for like 3 days.
Well, the big problem they had with AI when it first came out several years ago, was that it would always become racist.
Yeah.
And they had to put like safeguards and shit and like give it like a lobotomy so it would stop becoming racist.
Or was it one of them accused Taylor Swift of raping it twice?
Yeah.
What was it? The Google AI image generator. Every like key figure, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, everybody that they did, they would always generate them as a black person.
Yeah, the founding fathers, and was a bunch of black women.
Yeah. Of course, now what was it? Not Christopher Nolan, but who is it? The guy that's doing the Odyssey. It's like the Black Helen of Troy.
Oh yeah, Homer. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Cleopatra looks. Yeah.
And what the warrior guy or whatever, they got that one, that the person that did the sex change.
Yeah.
She was cute when she was a girl.
Oh, that's right. Elliot Page used to be.
Why would somebody do? She had to have been tampered
that-
with in Hollywood. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
how could you ruin some person?
has
At
to
some
be some
point, she's
serious
going to end
trauma.
up suing somebody so hard.
I don't think they're allowed to do. I mean, at Corey Feldman, he's probably the first person to actually go out and say something about that stuff. And he's like on 60 Minutes, and Barbara Walters is like, no, they wouldn't do that. No. Shut the fuck up. This guy's. You know how hard it must be for somebody to say something like that. The courage it takes.
And it probably happened to Barbara Walters too.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, she was young once.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I don't want to get sued.
I don't think she's around anymore.
No, she passed on.
She's Sean Beaned.
I think Sean beamed, oh gosh, Joan Rivers,
Yeah.
because she went and said, that what Big Mike was, that Big Mike wasn't a lady. And then that's like 3 days later, she's, mysteriously floofied in a routine little facelift up,
Oh, really?
Routine.
Yeah.
Well, for her, it was a routine facelift.
The guy that won the UFC thing at the White House hinted at the same thing. Did you hear about that?
Oh, he didn't hint. He just went out and said it about Big Mike is a dude.
Yeah,
Or,
Michelle
it's like,
Obama's
of
a
course,
man.
that's what Joan Rivers is like. She's just like, why even? Of course it is. It's a dude.
Allegedly.
Check. There's like 4 or 5 instances where he called her Michael live. So it's just like, come on, just go ahead and say it already. Quit the masquerade stuff or pussyfooting.
I like how she's always so pissed about racism and stuff because she was in a store and somebody asked her to get something off a high shelf for him because she was black.
Oh no, she asked for to see a purse that was on a high shelf, and the purse was like $50,000 or something like that. And the person who worked there said, "Yeah, you don't want that," because it was $50,000. And she assumed it was, because I'm black, I can't afford a $50,000 handbag, or $150,000 or $500,000 or something. Maybe the lady at the store figured she wasn't
Stupid.
dumb enough to spend $500,000 on a fucking purse.
Yep.
It reminds me of Gottschalk, the Model B Hobbies in Hoffman Heights. There was the guy that owned it kind of looked like Jack Nicholson and acted like Jack Nicholson. And I remember behind the counter, there were these top shelf models. And they all looked like they were from like the 60s and 50s. They were in the boxes still. And I just said, how much are those up there? And he says, a lot. that was his answer. He was kind of a little bit of a jerk, but it was all right. When I saw him at Bonnie Bray, we were both like really happy. He's like, oh yeah. We were like, but.
The best D&D stuff was at Colpar though.
I have bad memories of Colpar because I spent so much fucking money there on models.
I liked Alice.
Do what?
I mean, Alice was good, but Alice just didn't have the quantity that Colpar had.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When it came to like the Ralph Partha, figurines and stuff like that.
Oh, minis, yeah.
Yeah.
I was mostly, I bought a lot of minis, but I was mostly in it for the books.
Mm-hmm.
I would have dreams, even more recent dreams, where I would be like riding a bike in Jacksonville or something, near the Bridge District, and find this hobby store, and it's just like Even as an adult, in my dreams, I'm just like a kid in a candy store. And just there's planes hanging up, and just I don't know. It just always seemed like a. I guess because when I was a kid, that stuff did mean a lot. Seeing models and things, I did love them when I was a kid.
Now, not so much models and stuff, but we got a pretty badass gaming store here in Ocala called Bearded Browncoat. Pretty good.
Mm.
Bearded Clam. You ought to try the one in Peculiar, Gottschalk in Missouri. That's the best D&D store I've ever seen. He didn't even listen to me.
I'm listening to you. I got my headphones on. I heard you.
You see the way he does me? No.
You said go to the one in Peculiar because it's one of the best.
It's the
D&D
best one I've
stores.
ever seen, and it's got a game room. It's like they've got two shops in the strip mall, and one is the store, and the next to it's the game room.
That's what Bearded Browncoat has here too. They got the big game part, and then they have like an entire different section that's all.
It's probably pretty similar. I just thought it was pretty cool. Me and my cousin, we went in there and we were just like, wow, I had to film around because it looked so cool.
Oh, sorry. I think the thunderstorms moved through now because I don't see any more lightning.
Yeah, it's coming my way, I guess.
Yeah, we can use it
I
here.
don't know. Who
No,
knows?
it's bright sunshine here, but it is hot and humid.
It's
If this were
bad
anywhere
here
else,
today.
it would be thunderstorm weather. But the bar that the weather has to get over to actually cause rain in Southern California is so much higher.
I had an AT&T guy here the other day installing my fiber, and he had never seen a weather station before. I had an old-fashioned weather station on my wall.
Oh, you got on the wall, yeah, with the
3 dials.
humidity and the temperature and all that.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those little
there's-
things on the roof that goes round, round, round?
No, it's just the weather station. One of them's the temperature, one's the humidity, and the bottom and one in the middle tells you if it's going to rain or not.
The barometer?
It works
The
great, but he'd never seen one. He was just fascinated by it.
Fucking geese.
What?
Oh, these dudes with their shawl helms on and the geese, like they're taking the geese prisoner or something like
Oh,
that.
that
I don't
reminds me of
even
one of
wanna-
those movies we
I
would
got to
have made.
Weinstein that pig.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to make those movies, Gottschalk, with the 8mm, with all
Yeah.
the pigs and the shorts and stuff?
I remember having to go frame by frame and scratch little laser blast. Going.
You too? Do you still have any?
No. My
I've-
entire box of 8mm films disappeared.
Boy, mine was ruined in a flood, but fortunately, at least I was able to get most of the stuff onto like VHS. It still looked like shit, but at least it kind of exists in some form. The problem with those things is they would get so like underexposed or overexposed, and Darren was kind of the guy in charge of turning the film over because it would record one side of the film, and then you have to turn it over in the dark in a closet and let it record the other side. And Darren did a pretty good job of it half the time. So it's like half the movies would come back and they would be double exposed and in black for half of it. Like half of it would be double exposed and half of it would be black. It's not really his fault. I don't think he did it on purpose. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Did you do that on purpose like that, Darren?
We're turning over a goddamn thing.
My first exposure to those 8mm films was one when we did the sword fight in Hoffman Park, and then I helped.
Which I've got on. I've got that. We had those foils we made with the sticks and the strings and the first one we ever did. It was in North Glen, and we had this really cool. I don't think I've ever talked about this before. We had a really cool, I guess, kind of a fort. It was a foxhole, we called it. And it was right on the Highline Canal, but it was this dished out little thing in the cliff there. And that was like our hideout. And it was beneath all these trees, and it went over this white part of the canal. Darren knows what I'm talking about. Well, we made our first film there, and it was in January in Colorado, and the canal was filled up. because I really wanted to have a fight in the mud and roll in the mud because I'm Timmy, but it was winter and it had filled up with water, ice cold Colorado January water. So instead of rolling in the mud, we figured that Timmy would get shot and fall into the lagoon. So 10-year-old me without a brain, I go ahead and we film, and I get punched and I fall into this lagoon that's like over my head and shit. And we had a wind-up camera, and Darren's like, kind of like, the good news or the bad news? The good news is that looked really cool. The bad news is the camera wound down before you got into the water. So we had to do it again. I had to do that thing twice. And he wasn't bullshitting. If you watch it, you can actually see me almost jump in the first, and it cuts into the second take. And boy, that water was cold. I remember walking, coming out like, because it was just like
business.
Yeah, it took like the breath out of me. It was so freezing.
Oh, yeah.
And my
If
mom
you ever
thought
see
I
a
was
movie
crazy.
called, if you ever see a movie called Manos: The Hands of Fate, that entire movie was shot without sound on wind-up cameras. It was like 28 seconds of film each. So the entire movie is, every scene's like 28 seconds, and all the dialogue was all dubbed by about 3 or 4 people.
Is it good?
Nothing
Oh,
was good back
it's the
then.
best movie ever made. Just if you look up, finest movies ever produced, Manos: The Hands of Fate is on the top. There's a whole sequence of this family driving around in a 65 Chevy convertible, and they're just driving around, driving, going around, just cruising around, because they were going to put the opening credits over that, but somebody just forgot. So it's just them driving around aimlessly for like 10, 15
That's funny.
Trust me,
There was one movie that the Vortex played. The Horror Host channel played that.
Yeah.
They do like these
horrorhost.net,
open source movies,
public domain.
public domain. And they did this one I actually kind of liked. It was about these hillbillies in a haunted house.
Oh yeah, with Joy Lansing.
And it was full of songs. It was kind of like Hee Haw in a haunted house, or it was, or the Serendipity Singers or something. It kind of folky, but it was. I was enjoying the music actually, and it was just kind of. It was just kind of nice. I was like, I'm enjoying this actually, because you're not supposed to enjoy those movies. They're supposed to all be awful.
Oh no, they're supposed to be fun, but they're.
Yeah.
Let
But
me
it's
assure
like, like Plan 9 from Outer Space. That was voted the worst movie ever made. Bullshit. I've seen movies that are way worse.
Well, that's where I was going. Trust me, there were some movies that were made that, probably never been seen again since they were put out. I mean, because Darren and I and Putt and Ray and all, we would go to a place called Video Buffs in Hoffman Heights and just rent 3 or 4 movies for the weekend. And trust me, some of the movies we got were like, holy crap, this is horrible.
Oh, there are a couple they played on that channel that pissed me off. One was Child Bride.
I
was
saw
very
that. Yeah.
it was controversial because they had like naked kids and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like, but
It wasn't just controversial. It was messed up. That's the key
Yeah.
thing.
well, the ending of it, it's like the bad guy or whatever gets shot or whatever, but they don't even show it. You hear a pop in the next room. It's like you don't even show it. It's just like the other one that I think really pissed me off is the Wasp Woman.
Mesa of Lost Women.
It was a Wasp Woman, and the
Wasp
cover,
Woman. Yeah.
yeah, the cover of the film, the marquee,
Yeah.
showed this giant wasp, well-drawn wasp with a woman's head full, and she's like standing over a bunch of skulls and things.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, that's pretty involved. So basically, it's about this retiring starlet that's self-conscious about her age and wants to be younger. So she's using this
Oh, yeah.
royal jelly, which is a bee thing. It's not even a wasp thing. They couldn't even get that right. So she ends up becoming this monster at the end, which looks nothing like a wasp. It looks like they found like a Wolfman thing at Kmart, like a Wolfman mask. And that's what, but to make it, because they knew it looked nothing like a wasp, so they just blurred the film, blurred the camera when it showed her. So it's like at the end, it's like, you just see this blurry Wolfman mask. It's like, that's it? We would have done something better than that. That pissed me off. And I know Tony gets mad when I talk about this, but those awful, like, C movies back then, they just have filler with talk. They don't show the monster, but they'll have a secretary and a guy talk. Oh, so you like butter on your toast? Yeah, I like butter. I like it this way and that way. And it's about a monster movie, and you got like 15 minutes of them talking about nothing.
Well, there's what they are. They're supposed to kind of lull you into, just everything's normal and everything's fine, and then, oh my God, a giant cockroach, ant, praying mantis, ringworm, or whatever the hell, because all the monsters were just ordinary bugs, just photographed in extreme close up.
Yeah, but those are the B movies. The C movies, which I'm talking about, they don't even show that. They have a guy come in with his glasses crooked, and he's like,
yeah,
there was this giant grasshopper. They don't even show a model of her. They don't. But yeah, it's I like models, and I think at least if they put in an effort and have a model, or if they do show an actual bug and kind of superimpose it, at least they're putting in an effort, and I can appreciate that. You know how I would have ended that show, that wasp woman, and I think it would have been a lot scarier than what they showed. I would have made a model about 9 inches long of this giant wasp, and she would have been put in a cage as this giant wasp, and that would have been it. You'd had the wings, and the head would kind of move, and that would be her. I think that would have been a better ending than have like this wolf man go with blurry shit.
Yeah, that was pretty crappy. But the funniest part of that movie was the fact that the wasp woman, her name was Starling. Her last name was Starling. But the male lead had kind of a little bit of a southern accent. So for the entire movie, he called her Stalin. Yes, Miss Stalin. It cracked me up every time. It was like, Stalin?
That would have made it worth watching, I guess.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Darren. What were you saying?
So there's a movie called Bone Tomahawk, which is a horror movie, but it starts off with a long, totally unrelated dialogue between the sheriff, who I think was Kurt Russell, and this old guy, and it was a good movie, but that dialogue at the beginning was probably the best part, because the old guy walks into the sheriff's office and he's like, "Oh, your tea stinks," and Kurt Russell's like, "Well, that's because it's not tea, it's soup." And he's like, "Smells like corn." Well, it's corn soup. Anyway, but it was hilarious. It was just a really good movie.
What was it?
Bone Tomahawk.
Was it a porn movie?
A corn movie?
Corn movie.
Yeah. Corn movie.
Kurt
A
Russell.
porn movie, a corn movie, or a foreign movie?
They end up. It's basically Old West, and there's some like Indian cavemen cannibal types. They have to end up fighting. It's really good. I'm not recommending it for you, Tim, but
I recommend this.
I don't remember 99% of the movies we rented from Video Bus, but I do remember this one where the movie was about these people go camping in the woods in this cabin, and it's about aliens, and the alien was literally somebody put a red filter on the end of a flashlight and was shining it on the wall, and the people were like, "Oh my God, look at it!" And it's like, what's a flashlight?
Well, no, there was the one. It was the giant grasshoppers, and so they they wanted all these giant grasshoppers crawling up a building. So what they did is they got a bunch of grasshoppers. They got a picture of a building and they dumped the grasshoppers on the picture of the building, and the grasshoppers would crawl over the picture of the building.
Well, didn't they do that with most of the insects, like the spiders and the ants and the?
At least they're trying. At least they're
Yeah.
doing something. You guys came back from that video store once with a video called Gyrating Buttholes. And I was asking what it was about, and you said I was too young. And then I went to bed, and I heard you guys were hooting and hollering and that for hours.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh.
We had a lot of
the 80s. Huh?
We had a lot of those where we were laughing our asses off at some of the movies we got.
Oh, you weren't laughing. You were just like,
Ooh!
Yep.
Well, no, you didn't.
Like I said, my favorite channel in the 80s was trying to get that one zeroed in the back,
Oh, yeah.
the porn movies that you had to, every now and then you might get a boob shot and you're like, woo.
Yeah.
All you do is turn on the channel 31 because they put if there weren't naked people in the original movie, they somehow managed to put them in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Good old days.
Yeah, that was before it became Fox. That was before the Fox network took over.
Yeah.
I'm watching a show that's it's all about naked people. It's called Game of Thrones. Started watching it again.
Oh no, we started a monster by talking about it the other day.
For whatever reason, well, not so much anymore, but I used to watch Naked and Afraid like religiously.
Were they really showing naked people?
I mean, they were naked, but it was all blurred out.
What's the point then?
I wish I could be blurred out when I was naked.
I am blurred out.
I've got a blink dog.
Yep.
Gizmo.
Yeah, it just disappears.
Then the original movie that we read, the original Evil Dead, was kind of a really kind of a stupid movie.
The Stupid Dead.
You don't need to be. I don't need the other one.
Yes, what about the...
Actually, I was turning through the channels the other day and came across Tremors was on.
Oh my God.
That's a
The original
classic. I still, because I think it's before we saw it at the premiere in Jacksonville with a free radio station ticket, and I got a door prize there. There were certain people had a prize under their seat. It's probably the only time I ever got anything in my life, and it's a doormat, a Tremors doormat, and it's got bites taken out of it, and it said perfection, population 14, and had a slash going through 14 and said 13 or something like that. And that's kind of a collector's. I still got it somewhere. I could probably look on eBay and see how much it's going. It's probably like worth $5 or something, but still, it's something cool to have. Well, now I'm curious. I don't
Go
want
ahead,
to surf
Steve.
drink.
What I do?
Go ahead, Steve.
I didn't say that.
How much do you think it would cost to get a urinal installed in my office?
$1 million.
I didn't need a urinal.
Oh wow! Thanks, Google.
Why do you need a urinal? Because you got to pee sometimes.
Yep.
So I googled the Tremors floor mat.
Ah.
I've got like 500 pictures of floor mats and feet, but nothing to do with what I asked for. So maybe it is worth a little something since you can't even goggle it.
Stupid feet.
Yeah, what would you do without them?
Probably sit.
Just don't say, I wish the trolls would take my feet. Don't say that. that's a labyrinth
Think
reference.
Pretty sure it was goblins.
Oh, was it Goblin? I don't
Was
know.
it?
It was the same difference.
I don't trust goblins.
Eh.
Snappy ears, snappy ears.
We get ghosts in here.
Goblins.
No,
I
that's
don't know.
owls.
Sometimes I hear voices off in the distance.
Probably Kiana.
Oh.
Kiana's got an interview at Walmart tomorrow, so everybody wish her luck.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck
What are we wishing for? A yes or a no?
to get a job.
Yeah, I think that would be a good
No,
thing.
I assume that part, but then you got to go to Walmart, and you have
It's
to
actually
deal with the Walmartians.
The Walmart from Darren is like actually sleepwalking distance. You wouldn't even have to drive to go there. I mean, that would be
Yeah,
good.
You just have to go there.
I mean, that's a dream job for Kiana. I would think that would be a really
No.
good thing.
No, it's the Walmart on the island.
Oh,
It would still be a good thing.
that's a
Wasn't
big
she like
Walmart.
wasn't she like a hostess or something?
Yeah, didn't work out. So she's just trying to find anything. But I know a lot of people that work at Walmart for a little bit and then quit because it sucks. And then I know a lot of other people that work there forever and they're okay with it. So
Yeah,
your mileage may vary.
the Walmart we go to, it's like the people I see there. They're people I've seen there for 10 years now.
Yeah. Maybe it's just our parents that are the only ones that quit.
Have you seen Marlon there, Darren, yet? He's the kind of the foreign guy that wears these huge, elaborate hats that he makes.
Oh, the Asian guy?
Yeah, he like Halloween, he'll have a hat with haunted houses and things on it. He makes all those things. It's kind of cool that they let him wear that stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like him. He's neat.
So,
He's cool.
Timmy, I found your doormat and it sold for $400 on eBay.
No shit.
It's a gray one. It says welcome to perfection. It's got some bites along each side. And it says pop and it has 14 with an X and it says 13 with an X and the 12.
Yeah,
And then it says watch your step trimmers.
Yeah.
yeah, that's my mat. Mine's kind of brown, but well, cool. I'm glad. I was thinking, well, it's worth $5, but at least it's worth a little something. I don't buy things. Darren and I are both. We don't buy things to sell them. We just buy them if we want them. You know.
What's funny is I'm seeing ads on YouTube now for, I think it's Amazon. It says, our associates average $23 an hour. Oh, gee, that's nice. And I think they're like trying to get they're trying to just have people know that we treat our employees well. Yeah, sure you do. That's why they're all killing themselves. Or if they actually want to go work there.
I've heard that Amazon's like almost like the Chinese model or something. They track everything you do. You can't even like go to the bathroom without being tracked for time. You know, I heard it's a terrible place.
Somebody got in trouble for helping somebody that had a heart attack next to him in the factory. Or he didn't help because he didn't want to get in trouble.
Well, wasn't it like 2 or 3 years ago that like 12 of them died at the Amazon distribution because a tornado hit the warehouse? And they actually had a tornado warning and said a tornado is coming for you. And the managers were like, no, keep working, keep working.
Damn.
It happened in Kentucky or
They need
Tennessee
to
or
sue
somewhere.
then.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Steve.
Yeah.
And you don't get a promotion by doing a good job. They have an internal message board or whatever, and you have to trash your other coworkers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's how you get ahead, is by bringing everybody else down.
Sucky place.
I check in RVs, and Steve has seen that firsthand.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm having to build an airport.
And last Thursday and Friday, we had 0 RVs come in, so I made $400 in 2 days doing absolutely nothing.
There you go. That's nice. I've been having to build an airport the last 3 days. The airport terminal. Oh my gosh, it's like a fever dream. That thing is a nightmare.
Did you have to put like satanic statues and shit in
No, it's not the Denver airport.
it? Oh,
But hopefully it'll be a customer. It's like we're giving a model to a potential customer. So I'm building an airport terminal. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff.
And despite what people say about the Denver airport, it is interesting to walk around and look at some of the shit in there.
Oh, it's like a train wreck, I guess. It's kind of like I've taken pictures of some of those murals and stuff. The murals are nightmare inducing,
Yeah.
but you can't keep your eyes off them because they're just so freaking. And you know what? The Blucifer horse and all that other stuff. I hated the Blucifer horse at first, but I kind of grew to like him after a while. It kind of grew.
Lucifer's cool.
He's
Lucifer's
cool.
almost
At first, it was just another satanic thing in the Denver airport, but after a while, like I kind of like Lucifer.
Yeah, he's almost become like the Denver icon, you know.
Yeah. Have you seen Lucifer, Steve?
No.
Look him
Lucifer,
up.
the TV show?
No,
No.
it's the Denver airport horse. Look him up.
Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, that's
Well,
scary.
it was scary, but then the rest of the whole metro area became so much scarier than the horse. The horse looks like a Muppet.
Yeah, the,
When I fly into that airport, I guess I won't do it anymore. But when I'd fly in, you go right. It's a new airport. In other words, I guess it was made in the '90s. But we fly right over the trailer park Darren and I lived in. That was right on the eastern. It was right on the Great Plains, and we were the last trailer on the last row. So it was basically our backyard. We'd walk out of our trailer, and it would be nothing all the way to Kansas. It was like we were the edge of civilization, literally.
Was that the trailer park on Gun Club?
Yeah,
Out there on
yeah,
I-70?
Fox Ridge. That's where we lived, and you go right over it, going to the airport, and it's just like in 2018 I had the Scion, and I decided to visit that park again, and it just nothing had changed, and memories would pop in, because I think when I was 9 years old when I lived there, that was when my imagination was at its prime. It was kind of a special time for me, and I was going to this corner near where our trailer was, but it was the corner of the park, and there were these three trailers, like it's the Three Kings, and I'd forgot about that since I was like 9 years old, that these trailers, that's the way they were positioned, and it was just like, wow. But the thing is our trailer is the only one that wasn't there anymore, but all the surrounding ones were, from the 70s, these trailers were still there. It was like untouched. It was so wild.
oh yeah.
Darren didn't like it, but I liked it when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because, when you live in a trailer and you're 9 years old, that trailer could be a semi-tractor trailer, or it could be a gondola of an airship or a boat, or it could be a train car, it could be a spaceship, it could be anything, the size and shape of it, So if you had
It
a
could be a
crazy
piece
imagination.
piece
Do
of
what?
shit in a dust bowl.
Yeah.
That was a dust bowl. We'd have dust storms and fill the house with quarter-inch of dust.
Well, I do appreciate you guys moving to Aurora, though.
Seemed like that was where we lived more than anywhere. We lived in Northglenn for a couple of years. It's mostly Aurora.
Well, I wouldn't know you and Darren, if you wouldn't have known Putt, wouldn't have known,
Well, we've met each other on BabbleGab,
Yeah. And you would have met
Yeah,
a whole
true.
different crew of people who may have been even crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if I'd stayed in Silicon Valley, I'd be a multi-billionaire now, and I'd probably be married to a Chinese chick, and I'd have
I've
all
tried to
kinds of
get
money.
China to send me a hot Chinese spy girl. They say I don't know anything they care about knowing.
They gave Nebula Pig. I think they gave him
Yeah, that
one.
happened to him.
Yeah.
There was a mayor of one of the smaller towns around here was ended up being a Chinese spy.
Yeah, I saw that. One of the towns there in Southern California, she was the mayor,
Yeah.
and she actually turned out to be working for the People's Liberation Army or whatever they call it, or
Symbionese. I just finished my 7-Up that I started last week, and it was nasty last week, and I was going to throw it away. Actually, this last sip, or this last one, it actually tasted good this time. So it's like the opposite of what a 2-liter bottle of pop's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you expected a 2-liter to taste good?
No, I expected it to taste like shit by this week, and I was going to throw it out because of it. But it's actually tasted better than it did last week now.
Maybe it fermented.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to buy any more.
If you have
I don't
any
want all that
contacts,
sugar.
any Chinese contacts that they can get with my bosses and get them to finally give me a raise.
You're going to die at $25 an hour, don't you?
Go in. The problem is, it is so damn frustrating. I've never had to ask for a raise before. They just happen. You do your job and you get a raise. That's what happens.
What
Well,
happened?
you did ask for it, and they gave you one, and it wasn't what you wanted, so you didn't even take
It was $1.
That would have been like $5,000 by now. 2 years.
Bullshit.
Yeah, $2,000 a year.
Yeah,
how
I
much a
work
dollar
half
is.
time, so it'd be $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
Spread over an entire year, so it's basically nothing.
I haven't had a raise at all since before COVID and
Yeah.
before the inflation. So
Didn't you say Lauren was even pissed about that?
Yeah, everybody was. Putt was about ready to kill somebody when I told him.
But he was
Well,
always
I-
ready to kill someone.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a sex thing.
Yeah.
That's why you like Godzilla, is because he had such huge feet.
He was into feet.
Pup was imagining the actor in the rubber suits, what his feet smelled like.
Oh, no, gross. Poor Putt.
Pup would appreciate that.
Okay.
He might not agree with it, but he would have appreciated the effort that went into it.
And then took a nap on show.
There you go.
Boy, I got so much Putt stuff on that timeline.
Speaking of naps, every time I have to go use my restroom, I have to walk through my bedroom. I've noticed it all day. It's like, every time I walk through my bedroom, I look at my bed and I think, soon.
Yep.
Didn't you have to get rid of that weighted blanket?
No, it's kind of stopped leaking. Mostly. I still like
I mean,
it.
to be honest with you guys, this is the latest I ever stay up on a weeknight. So this is,
Yeah, me
It's
too.
still daylight here. We still got like an hour of daylight.
yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Y'all got to
here.
move out to the West Coast, and that's this thunderstorm shit. And
Oh, Gottschalk, did you see where I filmed a couple days ago? I decided to film the rain, and I
Yes,
caught the
I
tree
watched
branch
that.
falling. Yeah.
And you wanted me to come to that dinner, and you guys lost power and everything else. And
yeah.
No, I lost power for a little bit. It actually, what it did was pop one of my breakers is all. But yeah, you're like, it's going to be 130 degrees. I'm not going out there. I'm like, it's not hot. It's raining.
Yeah, I don't think it's as hot here.
Oh, it's sweltering here. I mean, today I was outside for less than 5 minutes, and I was just dripping.
I know I'm like that when I mow my lawn, but it's a big lawn.
Oh, you were look at my lawn.
I hire a guy.
I like mowing the lawn. It's good exercise.
I figure I need
76.
the exercise.
Yeah. Well, you got to get an exorcist.
Yeah.
Exercise
Just
the devil.
Just remember what I said on Facebook today. Tabasco sauce is closer to real fruit juice than Sunny D is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, why do they put real lemons in furniture polish, but fake lemons in lemonade?
Yeah. See, the humidity's 52% here, which for a Floridian would be like bone dry. But
Yeah, that would be
we're
like
not used to it.
celebration time.
Yeah, I know, but we're not used to it here. It's 30s high here.
Well, if I'd left the windows open today, it'd have been about 80% in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first moved here, the wife had never really lived in the South before. And she was like, "Oh, it's going to be cool outside tonight. I'm going to put the windows open." I said, "No, don't." And she did anyways, and the next morning all the blankets are like wet, and the carpet's
Yeah.
wet, and
Oh yeah, and
That
you
was
got to
a
be,
wreck.
doing washing clothes, and then you got to make sure that shit is dry before you put it in a drawer or something like that. Otherwise,
yeah.
2 days later it's going to be all green.
Yeah.
When I stayed at Darren's, I lived in Darren's trailer for a year on the west side, and the bed was right against this big window, and I would have the window open all night. And 4 a.m. every morning, or 4:30, something like that, it would be like the pixies would come and sprinkle dew on me. It was spurt, 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 spurt. It was like a spray can, like getting sprayed on. And it was, I'd never, you see it on Fantasia with the pixies spreading the dew, flicking it around. But that's how it was. I always figured dew just kind of accumulated. No, it actually spritz me every morning. It was so weird.
You finally want to tell him, Darren, that you.
Yeah, sorry our show sucked today. But
Well, it's because you had the sign that said loser.
Yeah. People catching the rerun.
at least you see
I
me
keep
in like
hoping
my
for one of our episodes to go viral. Just all of a sudden, like some idiot e-celeb picks it up. So look at these guys! Oh my God, one of them's really fat. Well, a couple of them are really fat. Oh boy, blah 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 blah. They talk about it for 12 hours.
4 of them are really fat,
Yeah.
At least you can see me in my birthday suit here. Like
we should change the name of we should change the name of the show to Babble Fat.
There you go.
BabbleGab.
No, but there are lol cows. There are lol cows out doing live streams who make us all look like male models.
Oh wow!
Yes, I've seen those.
That's amazing. Well, gentlemen.
Well, if we get on the Rumble, because they have super chats, which means people give you money and you get like 30 cents on the dollar, but at least you get something, and then you can just be as stupid as you want to be and play whatever you want because there's no copyright strikes. But
it's a fun way to experiment. Really, all we need is Wendy and Lewis and Fidesco to get on there.
Probably scare them away.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody have a good one.
Yeah.
See you.
See y'all.
Where's the thingy? Can't find it. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
But